Yo, what's up everyone? Today's main character is Shun Changqing. Yo. He possesses abilities so terrifying that even gods and demons gotta be scared. Demons, monsters, gods, and mortals. Everyone gotta bow down to him. But this dude, he thinks he's just a frail, weak human. He thinks he gotta rely on fake Taoist skills to scrape by. Let's kick things off. Trin Quan Yursim of the Tang Dynasty. Late at night, on a deserted road leading to the Yufeng in the Jingyang district, a lonely figure is silhouetted in the dim moonlight. Before him stands a small house with a glimmer of yellow light from that house. Emerges a babe with a killer figure she is so damn capable that she leans against. The door, her voice sweet as honey, oh young master, it's late, don't be in such. A rush, come in and let me brew tea, make the bed, and prepare some seafood for you. To feast on that young master inwardly admires her, his eyes glued to the girls. Hot bod, this dude is probably a real player frequenting these kind of places. So he skillfully follows her inside young master. Just follow me and I'll give you a night to remember. The girl sprawls on the bed, her eyes burning with desire. I feel so hot. Can you help me check my body? The young master swallows hard, his breath heavy, silent. He reaches out to pin her down. He be gentle, this is my first time, the girl moans, making the atmosphere even more ambiguous. LOL, probably the first time today. Right guys, suddenly the young master grips the girl's neck tightly, his eyes cold, devoid of any lust. He shouts, monster, reveal your true form. From the girl's body, a stream of black air rises, revealing the hideous face of a demon. The young master quickly pulls out a talisman, chanting an incantation to suppress it. A blinding light engulfs the small house, and piercing screams echo through the street. And that's the end of the story of the capable demoness and the demon slayer. Now, let's get back to the main plot, shall we? Let's introduce our main character. This clueless dude is Shun Changqing, a young man who grew up under the banner of socialism, guided by the light of the Communist Party, absorbing atheistic thought. And yet he transmigrated to this dog-eat-dog feudal society, the Trin Quan era of the Great Tang. Not as a prince or rich second generation, but without even a system to support him. I have to work my butt off just to afford this rundown shack. These unscrupulous landlords are everywhere. Sai, what else can I do? I'm broke. This house is dilapidated, but at least it's clean, just full of talismans and stuff, probably from the superstitious previous owner. I'm a man of the new era, with a dialectical, materialist, atheistic ideology. I'm not afraid of these scamming demons. Thinking this, Xian Changqing takes down all the talismans and throws them into a corner. In the middle of the house is a peachwood sword carved with Tai Chi symbols, planted upright as if suppressing something. So superstitious. I transmigrated from the modern world, and yet I still got scammed by these ancient merchants. I gotta stay calm. Let me light one up to ease the pain. The young man lights a cigarette with a super fancy lighter. With a high face, not much different from a drug addict. Dude's a mess. So disappointing. As the young man puffs on his cigarette and walks into the house, the dead tree starts to sprout new leaves. What is that? Why is there scrap metal lying around? Shun Changqing plans to pull out the sword, but it turns out to be so rotten that it breaks in. Half this damn house, it's a total lemon, couldn't even cut grass or till the soil properly just. Then a weak female voice echoed from inside the room. Young master, save this servant. Young master, I'm here, huh? There's someone in this house. What the heck is going on? The real estate agent said. This place was abandoned, so why is there a voice who's in the place where the sword was? Spiritual energy has reappeared under the ground, displaying a Tai Chi symbol over this area. This is my house now. Get out. Shun Changqing swung the door open, and the first thing he saw was a pair of towering peaks. Looking closer, it was a juicy babe in a red outfit, a charming demoness. Young master, you've arrived. Think, such a voluptuous woman inviting him. Shun Changqing couldn't help but get a little excited. Oh my god, I'm in love. Seeing him look a bit dazed, the demoness pretended to fall towards Shun Changqing, but he dodged, causing her to fall face first. Well, not face first, but bust first, onto the ground. Shun Changqing was a model youth, the kind who'd go to a hostess bar and still lecture the girls about turning their lives around. He said, young lady, don't think you can touch whatever you want. I'm telling you. Why don't you Tang Dynasty folks study harder? Working people should rely on their own hard work to make a living. The girl scrambled up and grabbed Shun Changqing's shirt. Hey bro, I've always relied on my assets to make a living. She used her twin peaks to rub against Shun Chongqing. Oh geez, fish on the line. The dude was totally enjoying it, but pretended not to. What are you doing? Get away from me. Hey, you're a young lady. Don't try to do anything perverted like that. I might actually like it. He thought she was trying to devour him and take his virginity a hemcough. Young lady, it's late. If you don't have anything else, go home. Don't just wander into dilapidated houses like this. You might get stuck, and no one will save you. While he was busy lecturing her about life, the demoness behind Xinjiang King started spreading her demonic energy everywhere. He walked toward the painting on the wall, saying, besides, I heard there's a high chance of ghosts. Here, little girl, aren't you scared? The demoness asked. Young master is afraid of ghosts and demons. Haha, I'm a child of fortune, a heaven-chosen one, born noble, possessing a chaotic debo. Impervious to gods and devils. Hee hee, you wouldn't understand any of this. I'm just trying to scare you all. Those demons and ghosts are just old wives' tales. As he said this, the demoness got even closer behind him, just one step away from devouring him. Scene change. Meanwhile, in another place, there were two people, one big and one skinny, talking to each other. The big one, city god you judge, stroked his bushy beard and said, Taoist, don't worry, I'm the city god of Jinyang County, qualified as a you judge, and I'll help you eliminate that nine-tailed demon. It's about to merge, and by then its strength will be unpredictable, so I can only seal it first. I'm troubling you this time, sir. Suddenly the skinny Taoist's face changed. Not good. My sealing formation has been broken back to Shun Chongqing. Our guy was still blustering, completely unaware of the danger behind him. Demons and ghosts, it's all superstition from the olden days, so we should believe in science. The demoness got closer and closer with her sharp claws. Huh, what's this? Looks like a coin. While Shun Chongqing was totally unguarded from behind, and the demoness was preparing to snatch him up in one go, Chongqing lifted the table to pick up the coin, accidentally sending the table flying and smashing right into the demoness face. Ouch, these melons are so ripe. Money falling from the sky. I'm so lucky, even though it's just one win coin. Haha, tomorrow I could buy 2 more meat buns. Gotta put away. The youth quickly put the coin in his pocket. In his pocket, the coin suddenly shone blindingly. Holy crap, I'm seeing ghosts. Where's my money? Suddenly, a huge coin flew out of his pocket, shining with golden light. A mechanical voice sounded, system loading. Hold on a sec. What's with the rush, huh? A system? Man's eyes lit up like stars, thinking a must have for transmigrators like me. It's finally here. Let's see what kind of op functions this system gives me. Current remaining time, 71 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Please recharge in a timely manner. First recharge reward 6 tails, 6 hours. First recharge reward 12 tails, 20 hours. First recharge reward 120 tails, 256 hours. First recharge reward 648 tails, 1,500 hours. If you don't recharge to continue your life before the countdown reaches 0, the system will immediately send the host to sell salt. Hearing this, Shun Chongqing was so angry he almost croaked. What kind of crappy system is this? Are you kidding me? I haven't even had any fun, and I'm already about to die. I'm so screwed. Behind him, the demoness, who had just been smacked around, regained her composure, put on a flattering face, and said, it's getting late. Let this servant help you rest. He was so angry he was flailing his arms around. And once again, the demoness was the victim, catching a fist right in the face, causing her to shout, oh my god, I'm gonna fall. As she fell, the demoness grabbed Shun Chongqing's hand, trying to put on the most dependable look possible. Huh, why are you still here? I'm all grown up. I don't need my mommy to sleep next to me. Leaning back, not seeing the bro catch her, the demoness changed her tune. She jumped up and fell into Shun Chongqing's arms, looking like she'd just taken some serious drugs. Oh, what's this? As soon as I touch this person, my body feels totally amazing. Shun Chongqing, acting like it was his first time, awkwardly blushed. Little sister, let's forget about today. We'll meet again another day. Suddenly, 2 people burst through the door from outside. It turned out to be a Taoist priest and the city gods. Judge you, the 2 of them shouted. According to the Bao Qing Tian script, bold demoness Chongqing didn't even understand what was happening. But the demoness below was pressing so close that Chongqing was tongue-tied and couldn't do. Anything the two of them saw the affectionate scene and the beautiful demoness and just froze. For 30 seconds, the judge said, "This is the super ghost elder you were talking about. What's up with that mortal?" The Taoist priest said, "Judge, don't be fooled by her appearance. This is her way of sucking men's essence, you fiend. Let him go." The young man was sweating buckets. "Oh, crap, I've been caught in the act. I'm so screwed. She started it. It has nothing to do with me." The young man thought that this girl might be an immortal who was on the run, and the two vicious guys were the ones chasing her. "Oh no, am I going to get beaten to a pulp? To avoid misunderstandings, I have to act like I'm not involved." Thinking this, he mercilessly slapped the girl away with a palm strike. "If you're going to let go, why do you have to diss me like that?" The demoness moaned pleasurably as she fell. "I fell again, Mom. Why is this guy so unromantic? I thought she was just some little girl who got lost or some wandering lost soul, but I didn't expect her to be an immortal. On the run. Do you want to rob my money?" He was tough on the outside, but crying on the inside. "I don't even have any money left to be swindled. It's all been swallowed by the system." Seeing Chung Ching's actions, the Taoist and the judge frowned and muttered, "Even great Master Sanyang couldn't deal with the ghost elder." Yet he gently pushed her away, and half of her ghostly aura dissipated. "He's just a mortal, yet he doesn't bow when he sees me, a city god of the underworld." "Chitsk, so rude." The judge angrily stepped forward and shouted in Chung Ching's face, "You insignificant mortal, do you know who you're standing in front of?" After hearing this, Chung Ching immediately kicked the two crazy guys out the door. "I don't care what kind of gods you are. All these fancy clothes, these strange costumes, I can tell you're nothing good, don't you see my house doesn't even have a penny for you to scam an underworld city god this, and that I'm the Jade Emperor himself? Are all scammers this unprofessional these days? Not finished yet." Chung Ching immediately threw the demoness at the two crazy guys. "Get lost, get lost, get lost. I'm already annoyed enough." After mouthing off, he also released her, and the foul-mouthed kid stepped and slammed the door shut and glared at the two crazy guys and the demoness. These two guys and one girl looked at the scene. Their eyes darkened and whispered, "Taoist priest, I can't use my divine power anymore." "Me neither. It seems like when I stepped into that courtyard just now, I couldn't mobilize my magic power anymore. Could that person be a god?" When the judge looked down at the demoness, he saw the ghostly aura on her body rising again. "Taoist priest, then how should we deal with this ghost elder?" After hearing this, the Taoist priest took off running like crazy. "The ghost elder is fierce. This humble Taoist will go ahead and find my master to help." Hey, don't leave me here alone." The judge stared down below, his face sweating profusely. "Let's discuss this a bit." The demoness below had turned into an old hag, so ugly that even her own species would turn up their noses. And then the judge's piercing scream echoed throughout the area. That night, a group of wandering souls appeared outside Chongqing's courtyard, lurking and plotting. "Smells so good, I want to eat. Just smelling this is enough to make my demonic power boil all over. He's mine." From beneath the little courtyard, a pristine white foot emerged from the smoke, followed by a tail with silky, smooth fur. And then a stunningly beautiful girl appeared, with a body that's got it all. How interesting. This tiny mortal is radiating such an alluring. No wonder he's got demons and monsters within 100 miles, all stirred up. The girl licked her lips seductively, staring blankly ahead. If ordinary demons and monsters could eat him, they'd probably ascend. If I could absorb his essence, I'd become an immortal for sure. No doubt about it. With that, the girl reached out and opened the door. The creaking of the door made Chung Ching clutch his head in agony. The noise kept ringing in his ears, making him grit his teeth and furrow his brow in annoyance. Then Chung Ching stormed out of the door and yelled at the top of his lungs, "What the hell are you making so much noise for? Have you got any morals? I'm already annoyed enough out here. It's nighttime. Can a guy get some rest?" A surge of golden power erupted from his body, blasting away the fox girl and those shadowy wraiths. After the burst of light, an ear appeared. Turns out the fox girl was back in her original form. Completely bewildered at House Temple, Chao, Jingyang County, the fox girl lay unconscious in front of the little courtyard. After a while, the girl woke up with a start and quickly stood up looking Around is it almost dawn? I can't believe I was out for so long, while she was still confused. Behind her appeared vengeful spirits, staring intently at the little fox, sensing something. The little fox immediately turned her head to glance over the vengeful spirits coalesced into a female demon, her eyes spewing two streams of baleful energy surrounded by dense dark energy, and a ball of demonic energy gathered in her palm. She stared vacantly forward. The little fox saw this, and terrified, her fur stood on end, eyes wide open, and screamed, "Kosht o Tlinga." The little fox was so scared she couldn't stand and fell to the ground. "My magic power is gone." The little fox looked up, eyes half closed, and sighed. "Damn that golden ticket from last night. So annoying." The little fox looked up and saw that demon walking towards her, with those grotesque faces formed by dark energy. Is my life about to end? In this moment of life and death behind the little fox, Shen Chengqing suddenly threw open the door and stepped out. A beautiful day is starting. Then he looked at the still dark sky and yawned, muttering, "Oops, did I get up too early? It's still not even dawn yet." The little fox saw this and immediately ran to him for help. But Shen Chengqing inadvertently slammed the door shut. That accidental scene caused the little fox to freeze completely. At that moment, the evil energy of that female demon appeared right behind the little fox. The female demon leaned close to the little fox's ear, grinning sinisterly. "Little thing, lost your way, huh?" The fox heard this, and sweat poured down her face. Her throat tightened, and she didn't dare say anything. The female demon opened her mouth wide and roared, "Catch the tasty demon." The fox heard this and cried out in terror, "I'm gonna die," repeatedly m times. Just as the little fox was about to meet her ancestors, Shen Chengqing opened the door and stepped out again. The golden light from his body dissipated the dense, dark energy in front of him. Shen Chengqing had a basket on his shoulder, glanced in one direction. "I need to leave a little earlier today. This damn system is terrifying, demanding both money and my life." Such bad luck. As he walked, Xin Chengqing accidentally stepped on the little fox's tail. "Hey, what's this weird this?" Mutt come from the fox heard this and cried out, "Ouch, ouch, ouch, here. The mutt your whole family is mutts, hurry up and let me go." Xin Chengqing sat down, scratching his head, staring intently at the fox, clutching its swollen tail. He said, "Haha, sorry about that, who's? Mutt are you? Why'd you run up to my doorstep? You're kinda cute, though. Come here, let me pet you a bit. Turn into a stupid human. Don't touch me," ignoring the little fox's protests. Chengqing went ahead and stroked it, but when Chengqing touched it, the little fox felt like it was relaxing. It felt super comfortable. It lay still and enjoyed it. "Huh, what's going on? Does this guy's hand have some kind of strong spiritual energy? No wonder it feels so good. Wait a sec, is he a stray dog? A masterless mutt? Can I adopt him? Nah, forget it. I can barely take care of myself right now. Hee hee, this golden right hand of mine lives up to its reputation. One touch, and even dogs automatically start wagging their tails. Doggo, I'm flat broke right now. Please, I got this system breathing down my neck telling me to pay up, so I can't afford to keep you. You should go find some rich owner instead. What the heck is going on with this guy? Last night, a single angry roar instantly killed 100 ghosts and turned me a dignified Ching K Fox Immortal back into my original form and stripped me of all my magic power. Just now, those 9 united wraith demons didn't even dare to show their faces. And plus, he just rubbed me a little bit, and I felt like my stagnant 100 years of cultivation just broke through. Right now, Chengqing was starting his morning routine. The playful little fox followed behind, ending up getting soaked by Chongqing's waterfall. "Ah, it's Spirit Spring. Thank you for this gift of nature. Seriously, you act like getting splashed with a few drops is some kind of treasure. Little fox, does your expression mean you like me that much?" While Chongqing was intently staring at the little fox, suddenly a set of monstrous teeth appeared, ready to attack him. The little fox panicked at the sight, but couldn't warn Chongqing. Suddenly, a huge coin appeared right next to Chongqing. At the same time, a notification popped up. Remaining lifespan, 6,236 minutes, 44 seconds, rapidly decreasing to 48 hours, 36 minutes. 44 seconds, but that coin had also blocked the monster's attack. Then the monster's spiritual energy dissipated the little. Fox was also surprised by what just happened. Chongqing at this point felt weak and slumped down. What's going on? I feel like my body is being hollowed out. Remaining lifespan 48 hours. Then Chongqing fainted. His remaining lifespan also decreased to 14 hours, 36 minutes, 44 seconds. Those 9 rates combined into one at the turning point of yin and yang. That was the time there. In energy was at its strongest. To think they'd sneak attack, an immortal gotta get out of here. Quick, hang in there, immortal. So the little fox quickly dragged Chongqing into the house. Hey, but don't get the wrong idea. I'm awake. I just didn't have breakfast earlier, so my blood sugar dropped and I got dizzy. It's not some weird reaction from my body or anything. He really is a hidden master. He didn't even get hurt after being attacked by that combined wraith just now. He pretended to be unconscious to see if I'd run away on my own. Tris, good thing I am smart. Right now, Chongqing looked at the notification about his remaining lifespan, which was only 14 hours, 30 minutes, 11 seconds. What the heck? I only slept for 8 hours max. How did it go from 72 hours to 14 hours? What kind of system doesn't let a guy live? Although, I don't know what the immortal is saying. It definitely contains some great Dalio. My cultivation is too shallow to comprehend. I definitely have to latch on to the immortal. Ha ha ha. At this time, the Taoist priest had returned to report the matter clearly to his master, asking his master to explain how to respond to this matter. An old man flew a sword forward, muttering, "The great expert weakened the power of the 9 wraith demons in Zichao Haoji last night. So why not take them down immediately while they're still weak? He is Yuan Tiangang who dares to avoid the Tang dynasty's Qin Tianjian." The Taoist transmitted his voice, saying, "Understood. This disciple will invite the martial judge, the city god's Yin deity, to exorcise the demons and restore peace to you." Jingyang. Old Yuan Tiang gazed at the Bagua diagram in his hand, surrounded by an aura. He sighed in silence, thinking to himself, this high-level expert who broke the 3-yang formation? I wonder if he's still in Jingyang County? If I'm lucky enough to meet him, I must discuss Tao with him. He was curious about Shun Chongqing's identity, so he raised his hand to cast a divination. After a while, he was utterly astonished to find he couldn't divine Chongqing's background. Could his cultivation be higher than mine? Later, old Yuan Tiangang made a hand seal and entered the marketplace, accidentally bumping into Chongqing, who was fortune-telling for a man. "Brother, Yin Tang, third eye area has turned black. A major calamity is coming." The man's face paled, and he started sweating. "Are you reading palms? Why are you talking about my Yin Tang turning black?" All fortune-telling methods, regardless of appearance, originate from the same source and essence. Don't get hung up on formalities. Old Yuan Tiang frowned, displeased upon hearing those words, daring to deceive people in broad daylight, right in front of me. Suddenly, Chongqing stood up and presented a talisman. It emitted a ray of glorious light. Then, he rolled it up and handed it to the man. "So what should I do, brother?" "Don't worry. Just hang this immortal ink treasure in your house, and it'll guarantee immunity to all poisons. Not 999, not 888, just 10 taels of silver, and you can take it home." The young man's eyes popped out. Sweat poured down him like rain. He hesitated. Suddenly, an old woman appeared behind him. "Oh my, it's Taoist Shun. He's the one who helped the lady I worked for when she was possessed." Chongqing, hearing this, felt so awesome he almost drooled, instantly elevated to a peerless master. Unexpectedly, this old woman was the person he hired to act as a shill. Her acting was superb, so he'd give her extra pay. So the old woman immediately shouted to the crowd, "Would I be trying to scam everyone like this out in public? That evil thing. Luckily, we had Taoist Shun. Otherwise, I'm afraid the lady would have kicked the bucket." The crowd's eyes widened and they believed her completely. The young man who was getting his fortune read earlier immediately handed Chongqing a wad of money. Okay, Taoist Shun, I want that talisman." Chongqing snatched the wad of money from the man's hand, grinning confidently. Old Yuan Tiang saw this and immediately spoke up. "Wait, which sect does this little immortal belong to? Do you have proof of identity issued by the government?" Which Taoist temple do you cultivate in? Cheng Qing, hearing this, pushed his glasses down his nose and frowned at old Yuan Tian Gang, muttering, "Is this guy trying to find fault with me?" Before he could reply, old Yuan Tian pointed at Cheng Qing's face and shouted, "You little brat, instead of studying hard, you're learning to scam people. Today, this old man, won't let you profit so easily." Cheng Qing wasn't one to back down, and he stomped on the table, retorting, "What the hell are you?" So a young man and an old geezer started bickering like crazy, neither willing to give way. "Old man, I advise you to think carefully before you speak. You're clearly just a normal person who doesn't even understand face reading, yet you dare to say that your calligraphy can exorcise evil spirits." The argument grew more intense, their faces getting closer. Whoever makes a claim must provide evidence. "You say my calligraphy can't ward off evil. Bring out the proof. You can eat whatever you want, but you can't say whatever you want. Be careful, I sue you for slander, you little brat." Such sharp words. You dare to ask for evidence. Cheng Qing, seeing old Yuan Tiang's angry face, smirked and chuckled. Hanging calligraphy to ward off evil spirits is just meant to provide psychological comfort. What can you do about it? The old man flew into a rage, pointing at the old woman behind him, glaring and scowling. "The words of Yuan Tiang are my evidence. Furthermore, I dare to assert that she's your accomplice." Cheng Qing, hearing this, raised his middle finger and replied, "Oh really, Yuan Tiang, my ass. I'm practically Li Shimin himself. If you're really Yuan Tiang, then go back to the imperial court and have fun. Why are you picking on me here?" The old man was so angry that his hair stood on end. He intertwined his hands to form a hand seal, and instantly a golden force flashed. "You shameless brat, daring to call a sage by his given name. Don't be so arrogant, or you'll be in big trouble." Cheng Qing's face turned pale, and he thought, what does this old guy want to do? Old Yuan Tiangang unleashed a powerful burst of energy towards Cheng Qing, shouting, "Those who practice evil arts, try this and see. Behold the righteous methods of my Shinman." Still, nothing happened. Cheng Qing peeked open, his eyes to see what was going on. He saw the old man frozen in place right in front of him. He then teased him, drawing on old Yuan Tiang's palm. As for the old man, he had no clue why his powers had disappeared. Cheng Qing seized the opportunity, pointing at the old man's face and yelling, "All right, so you're the one trying to scam people. You're just afraid someone will steal your rice bowl. That's why you're nitpicking. That's right, Elder Shun. Quickly, get rid of this menace for the people." The old man couldn't believe what he was seeing, staring intently at his palm, muttering, "No way. I've cultivated for decades and never encountered anything like this." Riding the wave, Cheng Qing stood up, hands on his hips, acting all important. "Everyone stay alert and don't fall for this con artist's tricks. You want peace for your homes, but you'll only get unrest if you listen to him, right? Take a talisman from Elder Shun." The old man was furious, flying into a rage and overturning Cheng Qing's table. "In broad daylight, even if I can't use my powers, I won't let you keep swindling people here. Hey, Baldy, I'd advise you to be careful." Just as he was about to smack the punk, a golden aura of spiritual energy suddenly erupted, shining on his face. Then, from the calligraphy hanging on the wall, a torrent of spiritual energy shot straight into the sky, stunning old Yuan Tiang, his eyes popping out. Old Yuan Tiang stared wide-eyed at the golden light on the paper, thinking this character, why does it possess such terrifying Taoist might that makes me tremble? Cheng Qing, seeing the old man's expression, darkened his face and gritted his teeth. "If I can't make money, I'm going to die anyway. Before I go, I'm dragging you down with me." As soon as he finished speaking, old Tiang suddenly knelt down, kowtowing to Cheng Qing, startling him. This calligraphy actually contains the great Tao. This junior was blind and failed to recognize a senior expert. "Please forgive me, senior, for my ignorance. The hell is he having a stroke? Who is just being all sarcastic, and we're his second to go." The actress Granny, seeing the scene unfold, chimed in. This Taoist didn't believe it at first, but now he's convinced by Elder Shun's divine power. Boss Shun, making money is important. This is a great chance for publicity. Cheng Qing tapped his head with his fan to clear his mind. Right. Making money is the most important thing. So he put on an act and said in a lofty tone, Good. No worries. This Taoist, no, this immortal won't hold it against you. You're a cultivator. At least you should understand the principle of karma, right? Old Tiang's face was grim, sweat pouring down, muttering, No wonder I saw him as a mere mortal. This is a manifestation of returning to his original state after becoming an immortal. People's fates are determined by heaven. If I help them resolve their problems, it is defying heaven's will. But taking a few taels of silver as a token means someone will help them through their problems. That is good result. The crowd below, blinded by the golden light, were gawking and shouting. The so-called laws of heavens are clear. The cycle of karma is at play. I did not know this principle. All these years of cultivation have been wasted. Chung Ching frowned, his face twisted like a pile of dung, thinking, don't just brag, you gotta pay up. As soon as he had the thought, Old Tiang offered a shiny black stone. It would be an insult to put such a priceless treasure on the market. This junior sincerely begs for a piece of your treasured calligraphy to enshrine in my hall and contemplate daily. This is the only thing I carry on my person that is worthy of senior status. Chong Ching immediately snatched the black stone from Old Tiang's hand, scrutinizing. What does this stone do anyway? This patching the sky stone is already the most precious thing on my person. After looking at it, Chong Ching slammed his hand on the table, startling Old Tiang into a sweat. I don't want this rock. Got anything more practical? Not. Hearing that, Old Tiang glared at the sky, came up with an idea. The next second, he held the golden light calligraphy in his hand, screaming in his naked body. Thank you, senior, for preaching the dagger. This junior will definitely contemplate the profound truth hidden in it every day. After Old Tiang left, the young fortune-teller was stunned. Elder Shun, you sold calligraphy to him. What about me? Don't worry. I foresaw that person would appear, so I've prepared enough already. With that, Chung Ching immediately tore off another scroll of mental cultivation. Golden lights shone on the man's face. This end character wards off evil and is perfect for you. Okay, I'll buy it. The guy held the mental cultivation scroll in his hand, happily jumping like he was at a festival, and Chongqing's basket of scrolls was now something very, very valuable. Cut to the Zichao haunted residence. Warrior Pan and a Taoist appear in Chongqing's little courtyard. Warrior Pan clenched his teeth, holding a broom in his hand, and said, How could this thing condense ghost energy so quickly, even stronger than before? The young Taoist stared at the bagua table in his hand, grinding his teeth. Warrior Pan, don't be impatient. My master has arrived in Jingyang County. I will send a message for him to come. Just as he finished speaking, a gust of wind suddenly came, causing the young Taoist to open his eyes in surprise. Before he could react, a wave of evil energy directly attacked the Taoist, shattering the bagua table in his hand into pieces. In a critical moment, someone used all his strength to punch the evil energy targeting the Taoist. It turned out to be Warrior Pan. He used all his strength to grab the evil energy, shouting, Taoist friend, now's the time. Hearing this, the Taoist immediately raised 2 fingers to cast a spell. Golden lightning bolts appeared from his fingertips. Then, the bagua formation behind him unleashed a flying sword straight at that purple miasma. The sword and the miasma clashed fiercely, creating a house-wrecking explosion. From outside the door, a distraught voice screamed, Holy guacamole! What son of a biscuit is destroying my house? Old Man Wu Pan and the Taoist priest heard that, and their eyes popped, jaws dropping in horror. Suddenly, something caused the miasma to gradually dissipate. From outside the door, Shun Chongqing strode in, gritting his teeth and yelling, What in the world are you doing? The moment he saw him, the sword immediately plunged into the ground along with the miasma. Chongqing looked around his house, tears welling up in his eyes. Son of a, I'm gone for a minute, and these hooligans have trashed my place seriously. He glanced at the door and was utterly shell-shocked. Oh my God, the courtyard I just rented. Chongqing, mad as hell, pointed at Wu Pan and the Taoist priest, yelling, You two or something else. Couldn't scam me out of money last night. So you took advantage of me not being home to come make trouble, huh? He was ranting without noticing, but the miasma had already escaped the golden sword. The two young lads saw it and simultaneously reached out, yelling, "Watch out, dude, the miasma." Behind him was gradually transforming into a horrifying demon, constantly emitting a sinister aura. The two youths saw it and got goosebumps all over, eyes wide and mouths agape, sweating buckets. "There's a freaking demon under your feet." How the heck did Jing suppress it so poorly hearing that? Chung Ching lowered his head and stared blankly at the ground demon. What demon from below? The demon emerged from under Chung Ching's feet, opening its mouth wide, seemingly wanting to swallow his crotch. "Hold, Chung Ching, look down. Let's lift up my foot and see if there's a demon like they say then." He glared at the sky and accidentally bestowed upon the demon a kick that exploded it. Smoke billowing, leaving the demon flattened to a pulp, but in reality, he still had no idea what he had done and was panicking, sweat pouring down like a waterfall. That demon's energy, it went on a rampage, chasing Chung Ching around the house. What was that noise just now? The two youths saw the scene before them, and their mouths hung open a mile wide, yelling. The 9 demonic spirits that have plagued Jingyang County for over 10 years have been dispelled by his kick. Hey, don't slander a grandmaster. So the Taoist priest walked over to Chong Ching, looking at him with sparkling eyes full of admiration. This humble Taoist is Li Chunfeng, the successor of the divine calculator, Yuan Tiangang. May I ask for the grandmaster's esteemed name? Li Chunfeng, successor of Yuan Tiangang. Li Daoren, do you work for the Imperial Observatory? My cultivation is not enough to enter the Imperial Observatory. Finishing speaking, Chung Ching glanced over at Wupan. So this distinguished gentleman here looks familiar. Must be some city god, underworld official, right? When I went to the temple before the statue of the god looked just like this. Hearing that, Wu Sheng also stepped forward and clasped his hands. In salute, this humble one is indeed the city god, underworld assistant. Wupan, I offended you last time. Thank you this time for not holding past grudges and lending a helping hand. Chung Ching listened and lit a cigarette, taking a drag to calm himself down. Chung Ching, with a cigarette in his mouth, glanced unconsciously to one side. Great tang, indeed the customs are pure and lawful. Speaking of which, Chung Ching's eyes welled up, the cigarette smoke forming an O shape in the air. In just one short day, I've met 3 scammers. How can Shin Ching Ching be so unlucky? So painful. Chung Ching spread his arms wide, pointing in all directions. I'm a Marxist-Leninist. I only believe in getting rich through hard work. I don't believe in supernatural powers. So let's talk realistically. You two have wrecked my house like this. Let's talk business. The two guys heard that and were utterly dumbfounded, a million questions popping into their heads. Why? What business can you speak ancient language? Man, Chan Ching stared straight ahead with a dazed expression. What kind of innuendo are you two bigwigs throwing at me? I'm a straight steel reinforced man. Finishing speaking, Chan Ching rushed forward and pointed to the faces of the two guys, speaking bluntly. Business is that you have to pay compensation, a large sum. Then he raised both hands to the sky. As for duty, it's that I will hand you over to the authorities, and you still have to pay a large sum. The two guys heard that and were dumbfounded, muttering, I'm a city god, underworld official who only receives incense offerings. Where would I get money? Your cultivation is so profound. How can you lack these vulgar things? There must be a deeper meaning. Waiting for a long time without seeing a response from the two guys, Chongqing was mad as hell and threw the cigarette aside. What's with the silence? If you two don't speak, we're going to the authorities. Hearing that, Li Chunfeng tossed Chongqing a bag of money, but it was strange. Wu Pan's sleeves were empty, and he helplessly exclaimed, Demons are nowhere to be seen, but this place has 3 poverty-stricken ghosts. Chunfeng walked over and whispered, Immortal, I only have this much on me. How about I stay here and help you fix the house? Chongqing looked at the copper coins and bits of silver in his hand and reluctantly replied, Well, I guess that'll do. Chongqing led the two to the front of the house. You'll have to figure out how to get the red bricks and mud to rebuild the house yourselves. Don't just stand there yet. Moving an hour later, the house was completely repaired. Chongqing stood inside the house, placing his harvest for the day on the table. The pawn shop owner wouldn't take this stone. So I guess it can only be used as a paperweight. The old man's clothes got me 2 taels. Minus the money I shared with my aunt today, I made a total of 20 taels. He was counting the money when suddenly a beam of radiant light shone on his face. The next second, the system panel appeared and sucked up all the money he had earned. Hey, that's my money. Leave me. Some Ching stared intently at the system panel, seeing that the time of 9 hours and 56 minutes had increased to 3,556. He suddenly realized that he seemed to have met the condition for the first recharge reward. He could claim 2 rewards. The first recharge reward is being drawn. Thousands of items are displayed on the system panel. Wow, it's so dazzling. System, are you finally hacking for me? SSR. Give me SS. After a moment of loading, the system granted Ching 2 secret manuals, which surprised him a bit. His eyes widened, revealing red veins, and his pupils shrank to tiny dots. He angrily burst into tears, threw the 2 secret manuals on the table, and shouted, "Oh my God! Methods for making soil fertilizer. Methods for making distilled spirits. System, are you serious? I'm about to starve to death. How could you draw these 2 damn things?" Ching's eyes were as dark as a panda's, and his whole body trembled. As expected, ordinary people like us can't play in-game top-ups. A moment later, Ching walked towards the door and put his hand on Chun Feng's shoulder. "Why is this guy still here? Don't tell me he's waiting to freeload at my house." So he politely tried to send Li Chun Feng away. "It's getting late. Help me patch that hole first and then go home early." At this time, the little fox ran in from the door, carrying something in its mouth. Chun Feng's eyes widened in surprise when he saw it. "Immortal Fox, Your Excellency." Ching sat down and took the food bag. "You're here again. Bringing gifts to curry favor with me is useless. I can't even feed myself right now." "How can I feed you?" Chun Feng whispered. "That immortal, it's not a dog, it's a fox." Ching. Turn 2. Look at Chun Feng, hearing the mumbling in his ear. "Are you talking to me?" At the same time, the little fox stood up, gritted its teeth, and exclaimed, "You're dead if you dare to talk nonsense." Ching gently touched the little fox demon's hand. "This little thing really has some spirituality. If you're trying so hard, then I'll reluctantly let you stay. From now on, your name is Xiao Bai." "Okay." The fox demon happily barked twice in satisfaction. On a night of Jose Zishio, a water dragon appeared in the sky above, coiling in the layers of clouds. The water dragon chased after a white dragon, shouting, "Sister, wait for me. Father's condition is not very good. We must find someone to treat father." While flying, the white dragon suddenly noticed a golden light flashing ahead. "Xiaoqin, look, what is that?" After speaking, the 2 dragons transformed into 2 plump, radiant girls. "I can feel a soul stirring pressure of magical power in that dazzling golden light. It must be an immortal descending to the mortal realm or a rare treasure being born. Let's go take a look at this." Time, Ching sat in his room looking at the system panel. Life expectancy remaining is only 3,245 minutes and 21 seconds. He pouted, and his whole body trembled, looking really ugly. To make matters worse, life was even more ironic. He had so little life left, and his stomach was growling nonstop. Ching helplessly slammed his head into the bed 30 times, muttering, "Wah wah wah, I'm so hungry. The system has swallowed all the money. I can't even make it through one day." To comfort himself, Ching bit down hard on the bed sheet, his eyes welling up with tears. "System, oh system, if you keep doing this, I'll starve to death before you even get a chance to kill me." The door to Ching's room was shrouded in a rich golden aura, but above it, there was an aura of demons and monsters. The little fox sensed it, glanced upwards, and thought, "What's that sound? Why does this sound contain an incomprehensible Dawa rhythm?" After thinking, the little fox immediately jumped onto the roof. The little fox girl looked up at the moonlight, imagining scenes of passion with Ching. "The magical power within my body is surging. There's an uncontrollable urge. I really want to be with him." Under the moonlight, demonic energy ceaselessly flowed into the little fox demon's body. Below, the 9 ghoul fiend had merged and was eyeing Ching's door with malicious intent. After absorbing demonic energy for a while, the little fox demon returned to her original form. The girl stood above on the ceiling, glaring down. These demons that were blown away by the immortal master after merging still dare to show up and disturb the immortal master's rest. They truly have a death wish. The merged demons emitted an incredibly horrifying ghostly aura, eyes wide and mouths agape with greed, as if wanting to devour something. Chun Feng, standing beside them, turned pale. Above, on the roof, the little fox girl unleashed her power, the pressure of a ferocious fox, appearing behind her. The demons below weren't pushovers either, gathering into a wicked demon, charging straight at the little fox demon. Chun Feng, watching from behind, was drenched in sweat, trembling before the all-out war between the two demonic forces, the fox spirit and the nine ghoul fiend. Inside the house, the couple remained asleep, lost in their dreams. At the same time, the dragon sisters, observing from afar, were astonished by the scene. Sister, the demonic energy is too strong. How can so many powerful demons appear at the same time in this small Jingyang County? Bai Long, seeing the exploding melee below, spoke. No wonder the spiritual aura surrounding the person in the room is like the sun in the night for these demons. They can't ignore it. Back to the demon battle, the image of power, the pressure of the battle, is really powerful, full of power. Actually, below are two cats, scratching each other like fighting for jealousy, stealing husbands. At the same time, the white and blue twin dragons descended from the sky to the ground, shouting, "What kind of demons dare to cause trouble in the mortal world?" The two cats heard something and turned their heads to look stunned, but their hands did not forget to grab each other's hair. Bai Long stepped forward with a serious expression and spoke. A demon is a demon. Not many can remain calm in front of my true dragon form, yet you can still stand here. It seems you have some skill hearing this. The little fox glared and shouted, "What are you saying, you two? Longworms, I think you mostly came for the man in the room, right? What pretense of righteousness are you putting on?" Conversely, that demon turned and smiled slyly. "Why don't you cooperate with me? Let's eliminate this slutty fox together. We'll each take half of that man." Upon hearing this, the little fox's face darkened, her eyes as sharp as a devil's, as she used her claws to pin the crazy woman's head down. "How dare you call me a slutty fox? This seat is the Ching K Fox Immortal. Listen clearly. You dare to covet the immortal master, you're so done for. I'll kill you, you damn sharp-toothed ghoul." Seeing the fox's fearsome power, the two dragons also looked worried. "Sister, could this fox have practiced body refinement? How scary. How is it? How are you feeling? Do you like it? And you two want to fight? This humble one is the Chinkway Fox Immortal Humph. If that's the case, I'll indulge you. Mystic, lightning, righteous law, expel evil, and eliminate wickedness. Heavenly troops, lightning, swift order. A lightning strike cut through the sky and struck the ground, but the lightning was blocked by an energy barrier around the house. As a result, the Thunder God was also injured by the backlash of the lightning-resistant barrier. Why all the spells have disappeared? Where is my lightning? Trisk, tisk, tisk, daring to disturb the magic power in the immortal master's immortal abode. You truly don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. The female fox was furious, looking no different from a fiery hag rushing straight to attack the true dragon sister, but the true dragon quickly dodged. At this moment, the true dragon looked through the crack of the door and saw a golden halo of light emanating from Chongqing's house. A transcendent expert. Could this be the expert I'm looking for? My royal father can be saved. Thus an earth-shattering battle broke out in Chongqing's house. Is this some kind of immortal showdown? To witness this, even death would be worth it. 3 true paintings sweep away the Qing Huang by the decree of Lord Fire Virtue. Star 8-step complete gang dissolve demonic barriers by the decree of the Western Paradise. Great mighty heavenly dragon world. Honor Kasidi Gubra Ruo Chu is by decree. Damn, this fox spirit seems tricky. Looks like true dragon sis is on the losing side. And so the two girls continue to brawl. This tree must be cursing. Fight if you want. What's it got to do with me? But also fighting. The two just kept chasing each other, running in circles around Shun Chongqing's house, who, disturbed by the noise, finally woke up. Ugh, let me see which inconsiderate idiot this is. Always noisy outside at night. If you don't want to sleep, then don't. Why bother me? From inside the house, Shen Changqing opened the door and walked out. Just then, the fox demon was captured by the true dragon Sisis. Just turned his eyes to look. Shen Changqing immediately closed the door. Again, oh my god, looks too noisy having hallucinations at night. Need to calm down first. Shen Changqing opened the door again to confirm if he saw correctly, only to see now that the true dragon Sisis was being grabbed by the fox demon's leg. This pose is really something else. Shen Changqing, seeing the scene before him, was like eyes wide and mouth agape. Holy crap, what's going on here? All three looked at each other, awkwardly. Shao by that damn dog. So many people barging into the house, and it doesn't even bark. What good are you? Wait, where's my dog? Stop it, you two. Why are you fighting in my courtyard in the middle of the night when you should be sleeping? Where did you take my dog? While Shen Changqing was yelling, the two girls are still fighting with all their might, causing a huge mess. Damn you, long worm, you stinky fox mortal. Don't be noisy. I'm saving your life, master. They're not here to harm you or anything, so why are you causing so much trouble? Maybe you guys stole my dog. Follow me to the officials. As he spoke, Shen Changqing grabbed both girls' hands. You stupid idiot, quickly release this deity. What's with my body trembling like this, suddenly being held by a man? The two girls have become like this. What kind of immortal technique is this? Just a touch, and I feel the magic power all over my body is surging up beyond my control. So bizarre. Don't know what kind of ability this Changqing guy has to make those big and round mountains change. You stupid mortal. This deity is the East Sea Dragon Princess. Do you know you almost lost your life in the mouth of this fox spirit? If I hadn't acted in time, you would have died without even knowing how. Shen Changqing pushed the fox demon aside. Truly don't know how to cherish the fairer sex. Chesk stole my dog and still dare to be arrogant with me. What is stealing a dog? I don't know anything. Less talk, more action. Dragon Princess, right? Fox spirit, right? Try to transform in front of me. What, even playing with a Dragon Princess? You still have to be wary in front of Changqing. I'm not pretending anymore. I'm a successor to socialism, a believer in materialism, and the ender of the old gods, a law-abiding citizen in modern, civilized society, a pioneer in street sanitation, a runner-up in the National Children's Latin Dance Competition, and the nightmare of the little son kindergarten children. He really isn't an ordinary person, just a touch, and my cultivation of magic power can't break through, and in my body it is increasing rapidly. This feeling is so comfortable. You bastard, quickly release my sister. Xiaoqing, no need. Your sister likes being up here more. The feeling of true dragon Sisis is what people nowadays call being high. Still dare to resist. Shen Changqing, pressing people down to become a long worm for real. Now, this immortal master is about to not be able to handle it anymore. Hey, master is so mighty. Oh, aha. This powerful master has now switched to playing with dragons. Li Chunfeng, who has been practicing for so many years, today can be considered an eye-opener to watch. The legendary great cultivator is only this much after some time. Who knows what Changqing did, but both dragon princesses have shrunk down, trespassing into people's homes, disturbing others' sleep, and stealing my two-gout dog. Don't think that because you're women that I'll let you off, can't you kids? Find anything better to do. Hurry up and tell me, where did you hide my dog? Then suddenly Li Chun phone comes running and yells, nearly giving Changqing a myocardial infarction. Immortal. Master, the dog is here. Oi, where did you come from? Why haven't you gone back? Yet do you know you almost scared someone to death? Why are you here? Didn't I tell you to fix the door and leave? Immortal master's cultivation is so profound. Little Dao wants immortal master to take me as a disciple and pass down the mystic arts to me. I beg you, immortal master. In Jingyang County, every morning a bird is flying in the sky, heading towards the golden light. Jin Si, one of the four great demon kings, the black demon king, the bird lands on top of a tower and looks in the direction of the light. What's going on with that golden light? Why does it make me feel so scared? The bird recalls the knowledge its teacher taught it. This is extremely rare. Black Mountain Great King told me to scout the area. This is Ju Chuan in Gi's territory yet. There's golden light shining. Could a treasure be appearing? It laughs evilly. Hey, if I bring this Treasure back, the Black Demon King will definitely make me the leader of the 4 great demon kings. This time those 3 will be completely convinced. Half an hour later the sun is shining brightly. He sits in front of the door, holding the fox in his arms, looking dazed, his head filled with question marks as 3 people kneel on the ground. Bai Long has explained everything. Immortal Master, that's the whole story. The mischievous fox cuddles into his arms. Li Daoran, don't say any more. I'm just a normal person. How would I have any mystic arts to pass on to you? There are no ghosts in my little courtyard. Why don't you leave already? He looks down at the 2 dragons. And you just told me your father was seriously ill. You were passing by asking for medicine, and you were even involved with a fox demon. What a load of stories. The dog stealing thing was just a misunderstanding on my part, and you even want me to cure your grandfather's illness. I suggest you invite a doctor home to examine your old man. That's the right thing to do. He puts his tools on his shoulder and points directly at the 3 of them. All right, it's getting late. I don't have breakfast to entertain you. I have to go make a living. You guys can leave yourselves. The 3 people sit on the ground, watching his back. Qing Long cries and sheds tears. Sister, did we make the immortal master unhappy? That's why he won't help us. Bai Long looks dazed. I didn't expect that fox demon to be raised by the immortal master. It seems we have to show 120% sincerity. The Taoist looks at the 2 dragons. Greetings, fellow Taoists. This humble one is Li Chun Feng. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. He walks out the door, and the fox even teases the 3 of them. He sets up his stall again to sell exorcism talismans. Setting up shop. The fox lies on the drum, and everyone's faces immediately light up. Master Shin, look at mine. First, I have silver last time. Master Shin scared that boss so much that he even knelt down. He must have real skills at this moment. An official walks in, and the soldiers hurriedly block. Everyone get out of the way, everyone get out of the way. This official is the magistrate of Jinyang County Feng Jihe. He points at him. Someone reported that you're swindling people on the street. Isn't that you? He slams the table. Angrily, which bastard reported me? Trying to catch the soldiers. Don't care. Quan rang immediately. Uses 2 pieces of wood to clamp his neck. The judge in the back raises his hand. High Master, High Master. The judge points in one direction. Something's wrong. Z, Chow, Hao, Zhai has a problem. Everyone immediately looks in that direction. Looking in the direction that the judge pointed, a black pillar of light appears in the sky, and everyone discusses it heatedly. Isn't that direction Yong? Ghoul ward of Z, Chow, Hao, Zhai look quickly. Demonic energy is rushing straight into the sky. It's really terrifying. Why is the ghost causing trouble in broad daylight? Don't you know the ghosts in Z Chow Hao's eye are extremely powerful? He thinks everyone is talking nonsense, pointing in the direction of his house. Are you guys serious? The sky is clearly very clear. The official is surprised. He turns his head to look at the judge's head, full of question marks. Big fool, what do you mean? You have nothing better to do than to make fun of me. The bird rummages around in the house. Treasure, where are you? Come home with me. Where did you hide? After all, it's not here. Not here either. It turns the whole room upside down, but still can't find the thing it wants to find, with 3 big question marks in its head. Strange. I clearly saw a golden light appear in this residence just now. A sign of a treasure appearing in the world. Why can't I find it? Outside the street, people are crowded together. Follow him. Come here and see. Taoist Shun is about to perform an exorcism on the spot, and it's still the vicious Zichao Hao Zhaiju, who has plagued our Jingyang County for many years. Really, gotta go see if that Shun Daoxang really caught a demon. If he did, I'll buy 2 of his calligraphy pieces to put in the house to ward off evil. Everyone, let's head to his place. Outside the house, hidden in the bushes, the Taoist and 2 dragons are spying on the surroundings. People are chattering away. Here we go, that's the house. Let's see what Shun Daexong is going to do. The 3 dudes see him, and their eyes light up, grinning from ear to ear. Awesome, the immortal is back. He struts confidently towards his house. A judge and that official trailing behind. Immeasurable heavenly lord. Suddenly, a foxy, weirdo Taoist flies by, slapping those 3 guys until they spit blood. The fox scolds them. You can't even protect your house, and you want to hang around a master waiting for miraculous techniques. The two behind him haven't even understood anything then by long. Finally spoke up that guy inside is the Black Eagle King, one of the four great demon kings. Under old Demon Black Mountain, we really aren't as match the fox, is super confident HMPH. Just watch closely, even if old Demon Black Mountain comes himself, master will turn him to ashes. The bird inside is eavesdropping Black Mountain master Taoist exercising demons. Then suddenly it gets smart. Crap. Before coming down the mountain, Great King Black Mountain told me that if I broke the rules, there was a place called the Qin Tianjian with powerful people there. Am I being targeted by them? What the foo? Why would they target me? Everyone follows him inside. The judge looks at him with the utmost respect. Master, this place is dangerous, and there is still common people around. I'll stay outside and protect them. Please take care of the evil spirits inside. He crosses his arms, face dark. Or are you just scared? The official pipes up. Little brother, if you can eliminate the ghost in the Zi Chao Hao residence, I'll stop thinking you're a con man. This sly official gives a glittering smile. If this little bro can't do it, I'll beat him up in front of everyone as a warning to criminals. Killing the chicken to scare the monkey in Jingyan County is great for maintaining order around here. Not bad, I understand people. Meow and mo, sound of a cat. Couldn't help but laugh. The bird bolts off. I only came to check things out because I heard them mention some master. It dashes through the wall using its wall penetration technique. Can't stay here long. I'll come back for that treasure. Later got a bail. And then its stupid head slams into the wall. It gets dizzy, wobbling around, so dizzy. What's happening? He opens the door. What the heck was that bang bang, not a rat? It sounds like something's inside. He walks inside, hugging something in his arm. Such a big commotion. It must be a huge rat. I wonder if Xiao Bai Shu will catch it. The bird is now hiding on a rafter. The bird looks down at him. Feeling wronged, rat. Is he talking about me seriously? Is he that master? Did he sense my presence the moment he stepped in? But that's too much. At least I'm a demon king. What's with wanting to catch me? He's holding a mirror and looking around the room. Everything is quiet. Everyone's staring inside. The judge says, as expected of a master, he suppressed the evil spirit the moment he entered the room. He's rummaging through everything on the table. There's even toilet paper on the table. This is his whole fortune. He sighs, face down. Old Lou swore this house was haunted, and now the whole county is watching. If this act doesn't go well, my livelihood is screwed. He imagines a scene of the county magistrate throwing him in jail wearing a Kong on his neck and hands. Pretty sure the county magistrate will throw me in prison. Looking at the system, he scratches his face. Remaining lifespan 29, 23, 33rds. When the countdown ends, the host will be directly killed. He looks at the table. If I'm locked up, the countdown will definitely kill me. Wait, my phone has a way out. What the HCK? I still have a smartphone. Awesome. A thought pops into his head. Wait, I think the phone can help me. Not only can I clear my name, but I might even get a big payout. He grabs the phone and starts swiping. Since I transmigrated with some personal items, I downloaded a lot of movies to watch. Let's see. Suddenly, a loud sound erupts. Everyone outside is startled. You guys know what the sound is, huh? The county magistrate turns red. What's that sound? Everyone else is just as shocked. It must be some kind of ghost. A woman quickly covers her child's ears. But this ghost sounds weird. The kid looks confused. Inside the room, he doesn't care about the sound or feel any embarrassment and continues swiping away. Wrong one. Luckily, no one's here, or I'd be mortified. The bird's jaw drops. It can't believe its eyes. What? What is that magic artifact? Why is it emitting curses on its own? But I've never heard of such curses like Yamity or Gameu. Does his phone really contain the Great Tao? He opens the camera and takes a photo, catching the bird in it. Too bad there's no internet in ancient times. Other than taking pictures, it's no different from a brick. After looking at the phone screen, the bird goes blind and starts freaking out. Oh, this light? My eyes. My eyes. The bird's dantian shatters. Its inner core is destroyed. The bird collapses on a wooden beam. Trembling all over, this mortal cultivator clearly discovered me, but pretended not to notice. Turns Out he was just, waiting for me to lower my guard, then hit me with some super advanced curse. Art, meanwhile, you're still happily snapping pics with your phone down there. At this point, the bird felt a little dead inside, and its body was mostly dead, but its mind was like mortals are truly wicked. The district magistrate shouted from outside, Shun Daozhong, dragging this out won't do any good if you don't. Come out, I'll send people in to get you. The judge scoffed. HMPH, such limited knowledge. Daring to doubt a true master. You stepped out from inside. Coming, the district magistrate quickly said, what's the rush? Didn't you guys say my Xin Chao Hao Jijai has been haunted for years, and no one could break it? Today, I, Shun Qingqing, am here, and the evil spirit in this residence has been captured alive by me. You pulled out your phone, and inside a ghost was crawling out of the screen. The ghost is coming out. Here's the proof. Everyone who saw this scene was utterly terrified. Ghost of the ghost is crawling out of the well, run the judge. Daozong Dragon and Fox Spirit were all terrified by the ghost's aura. The resentment is so strong, even more powerful than the 9-tone curse you pointed at your phone, assuring everyone, don't be scared, the evil spirit has been sealed by me in the treasure mirror. It won't harm the common folk anymore. The ghost heard this and panicked, no way. Then you rewound the video and the ghost went back inside. Look again, you guys. I want her to move forward, and she has to move forward. You continued rewinding. I want her to retreat, and she has to retreat. The ghost at this point was exhausted. This ghost is too tired. It made a seductive gesture. Zha Mighty, you shook the phone in your hand. How about it? Isn't it awesome? As soon as you finished speaking, 5 people immediately knelt down. Such a female ghost with overwhelming resentment, and Shun Daozhong plays with her in the palm of his hand like this immortal master with great power, eradicating evil spirits, protecting the common people, immeasurable merit. Why did this treasure mirror suddenly go dark? The trembling district magistrate walked over and wondered. You looked at your phone out of battery, and so you stuffed the phone inside, fabricating another lie. Ahem, it's not that easy to open the heavenly eye. What you just saw was already a luxury for you. However, today, you've witnessed firsthand that this place has been infected by its energy. I'm afraid your residents will be hard-pressed to find peace in the future. Nevertheless, this humble Taoist has studied a bit about exorcism, and recently I can write a suppressing stone character. The district magistrate's attitude was no longer the same as before, and he quickly pulled out a bag of money. Tao Zhang, please bestow upon me a magical treasure. Everyone rushed forward. I've been queuing since early today, so I should go first. Even the old official can't cut in line. The people outside heard your reputation and also rushed over. Where are they going? To the Zichao Hao Jai. There's a master there. I want to ask for a character scroll to ensure peace for my home. Your house high was now packed with people queuing. Is it really that miraculous? Wang Erkson witnessed Dao Zhang Shun directly exorcise a ghost with his own eyes. How could it be fake? Oh, Jingyang is save. I'll go buy one too. This man cried tears of joy after buying one. Dao Zhang Shun is so kind. He still bestowed a magical treasure upon me, even with his swollen hands. So touching. The bald man explained, how can that be called swollen? That's the true Quan. Swirling around in the magical treasure, that's what it's called. The Hao Jai was now empty of people, and your hands were swollen from writing. You hugged the money in your hands. Everyone worked hard today. Please stay for a meal. I'll go tidy up the room. First, I've been writing all day. My hands are about to become a printing press. With trembling hands, you open the mirror, and the 4 people's eyes lit up as they looked inside. You closed the mirror again, then flung it open, and inside was full of money. You were so happy you jumped around. Haha. Finally, I have money. Finally, I'm not a slave to the system anymore. This master is now a rich player. The 4 people heard this and chimed in. Senior Immortal Master told us to stay for a meal. Does that mean he has acknowledged us? That's great. The fox pouted. Why does this fox immortal feel like she's fallen out of favor? A voice rang out. Revive. My time. A protective barrier form around the house high, dispelling all the demonic energy. The 5 people were stunned. The demonic energy is gone. Could it be that a master has taken action? The bird inside was injured and foaming at the mouth. It wished it could kill you. This was originally a curse art. Now its golden light I hate it, so annoying. The money hasn't even warmed my hands yet, and it's already gone remaining time to live. 275 days, 1 minute, 1 second. First charge reward, please, 6 tails. In 6 hours, damn, that's a low wage at this moment. The system notification pops up with a recipe: handmade soap grind seashells into powder, add seashell powder water to plants, pour the above liquid mixture into oil, shape and cut into pieces. Let it sit for 10 to 30 days for saponification reaction. Done. Handmade soap. Recipe. This is gold. In this era, regular folks are still using basins to wash up. Wouldn't soap make things way easier? Money's gonna roll in, but I only got 10 days, and making soap takes at least 10 days. Guess I gotta find another way to make some dough. Suddenly, the Black Eagle King, unable to withstand the pressure from the Chongqing aura, fainted and fell from the ceiling. Holy mother of pearl, what the heck was that? Scared the crap out of me. Oh, so the ruckus wasn't from a rat, but a wild chicken flew into this ancient environment. Well, ain't that a stroke of luck? This wild chicken is huge. The poor little dude must have been locked in this room for ages, probably fainted from starvation. Lucky for you, you ran into me. I'm a benevolent soul. I wouldn't even dare. Leading a C-rank girl, normally what an esteemed one. Is he planning to use some kind of revival art to resurrect the Demon King or something? No way. Letting him go would cause endless troubles. The esteemed one has a generous heart, loving even demon beast, truly a celestial being who believes in equality for all in the esteemed one's eyes. If he can revive the Demon King, then healing our father is just a piece of cake. Healing our father is just a piece of cake. After a while, the fan club saw Chongqing's masterpiece, and their eyes popped out of their sockets, mouths agape W. Wait, is that freaking barbecue not done yet? Shun Chongqing continued to sprinkle sweet seasonings onto his barbecued Black Eagle King. However, the aroma wasn't fragrant, but instead reeked of a strong demonic aura. The fan club whispered to themselves, the flesh of a great demon is highly poisonous, especially a Demon King. Does the esteemed one want to eat it? Chongqing skewered a juicy, fatty piece of chicken and held it up. You've all waited long enough. Taste my cooking. It smells amazing. The 4 fan club siblings turned pale, their faces drained of color. Esteemed one, I remember I have something urgent to attend to. Won't bother you any longer. Farewell. My mom doesn't let me stay out late. I'm leaving too. Sisters, I don't want to die. Boo-hoo. Zhao Qing, don't be scared. If the celestial being bestows a reward, how dare we refuse? After I die, I'll definitely pray for the celestial being to save our father. With that, the White Dragon King reached out for the chicken. Esteemed one, let me go first. Suddenly a beam of light flashed past, and the chicken disappeared. Looking over, the culprit was none other than the little fox, tightly clamping the supersized chicken leg in its mouth. Chongqing angrily shouted, "Shao, by hey, you haven't even eaten it yet. Explode that leg for me." However, the little fox paid no heed to its master, savoring the leg with relish, sucking all the demonic energy from it. The dragon twins were utterly astonished, their eyes wide. Senior Fox Immortal is testing the poison for us. Among fox spirits, there are also good fox spirits. Soon only a bare bone remained of the meat. Then, suddenly the little fox jumped up, its head spinning, staggering, leaving Chongqing and the others gaping in shock. Shao, by what's wrong? After staggering for a bit, the little fox demon collapsed to the ground, unconscious. Did Senior Fox Immortal get poisoned to death? Chongqing walked over and lifted the fox's tail, dumbfounded. It's still alive. What's with that expression? Why does it look like it's enjoying it? The little fox demon, looking delighted, murmured in lambada dance rhythm. So comfortable. I feel like my whole body is overflowing with spiritual power. As expected of Demon King, meat roasted by Master the White Dragon King was stunned by the scene. No, it didn't die. That's Demon King meat. Even gods can be poisoned to death by it. Chongqing went over and carved a few slices of meat for Chun Feng and Wupon. Here you go, everyone, help me all day. Today I can't let you go home hungry. Try it while it's hot. Chun Feng took the plate of chicken. Glancing at Wupon, how about we give it a try? The fox demon was now intoxicated, reveling in the pleasure. What Master does will be beyond your wildest imaginations. The Demon King that Master roasted is probably even tastier than the peaches of immortality on The nine heavens at this moment, the dragon twins, also stuffed the meat into their mouths chewing. Happily, Chun Feng and Wupon also gritted their teeth and nibbled on the meat with tears in their eyes. As soon as they finished eating, the ladies burst with power, writhing, letting themselves go. In a provocative way, thinking to themselves, the spiritual power is too pure, I can't hold back this restless, fiery feeling. I'll stop it, don't break through again, my body can't take it anymore. Sister, it seems like my cultivation is about to break through again. As soon as she finished speaking, two streams of green and gold spiritual energy shot straight into the sky from Chung Ching's small courtyard. Little Ching is also breaking through, all thanks to the celestial beings cooking, truly a delicacy of the immortal realm. After the breakthrough, the two little sisters hugged each other. Seeing this, Chongqing stepped forward, trying to ward off the cold. In chat, he chuckled. Can't resist my cooking skills, huh? These ancient people are totally powerless against it. If I were to open a barbecue restaurant, I'm afraid even the emperor wouldn't be able to stay away. Those two young lads, Chun Feng and Wupon, also had a power surge, hugging and dancing a jig. So much energy in this roast chicken, I feel like I'm about to sprout wings and fly away. Yeah, my body is restless too. The power's like a flood, about to burst out. Seeing the scene before him, Chongqing's eyes turned into chili peppers. Holy moly, these two are a bit too spicy for my eyes. At this moment, Bai Long suddenly remembered her father, who was receiving an foredrip in the Dragon Palace, and her eyes welled up with tears. While I'm enjoying the opportunity given by the immortal elder, my father's life in the Dragon Palace is in danger. I'm truly an unfilial daughter, a He. Thinking of this, Bai Long burst into tears, startling Chongqing, who turned around. What the heck? Why are you crying? I didn't even add chili, let alone prickly ash. The twin dragons stepped forward and knelt at Chongqing's feet. Immortal Elder Dong, Li, please bestow medicine to save my father. My sister and I are willing to be your servants for life. I already told you, I don't know medicine. Don't you remember? Girl finishing his sentence, he stared intently at the sky, an idea springing to mind. All right then. It just so happens that I'm short on manpower right now. You and your sister stay by my side and help out. When I earn money, I'll share some with you. With money, you can treat your father's illness. What do you think? We'll follow the immortal elder's arrangements. Jingyang County at night, outside Chili Village, deep in the forest. In the darkness, a pair of bright eyes appeared, staring at the bloody corpses. Then, from the shadows, a ferocious tiger with sharp fangs emerged. It was known as the Man Mountain Yin Jing Tiger King, one of the four great demon kings of Man Mountain. Strolling around, sniffing the air around the forest, I sent that baldy bird to scout ahead. What's taking him so long? I'm starving. Early morning dawn, birds chirping and flying around. From somewhere came the sound of his singing. The sun is shining. Flowers are blooming. Birds are singing. Early. Under the courtyard, the twin dragons sat in a meditative posture, hearing the faint singing in their ears. Sister, listen to what song the immortal elder is singing. Why does it sound? Before she could finish speaking, Bai Long and Wu Pan suddenly burst into tears like rain. Great Tao rhyme. Thank you, immortal elder, for your grace. Quickly grasped the time to comprehend the Tao. We can't waste this high-level being's kindness. The fox spirit frowned when she saw this, muttering how naive inside the room. Zhongjing shats that way, out singing, staring intently at the system panel. Haha, ever since activating this broken system, every day has been like having a knife to my throat. This is the first time I've slept until I woke up naturally without worrying about the survival time hitting 0. Then he glanced at the system panel, seeing a jar of fine wine displayed. He muttered, it seems that only brewing wine can bring profits in the shortest amount of time. Luckily, I have modern cooking skills. I can open an outdoor barbecue stall and sell some roast chicken, roast duck, and the like. And even have Deng Li and Xiao Qing, the two beauties, as waitresses. I don't believe these ancient people can resist. After pondering for a moment, he opened the door, his face flushed, his eyes listless, and a devious smile spread across his face. Seeing Chongqing come out, Dong Li shouted loudly, startling him. Immortal Elder, Please give us your orders for today. What the heck? What are you yelling about? You scared the crap out of me. These two girls seem determined to be my servants. So Chongqing took out a large sum of money from somewhere and gave it to Dong Li. Since that's the case, I'll entrust you with the task. Take this money and buy some wine. Remember not to take long potty breaks and sprinkle it around the wine shops as much as possible. Okay, yes, Immortal Elder. After speaking, the twin dragons Dong Li and Zhao Qing immediately left. Shin Chongqing stood behind and shouted loudly, "Get back early and grab some. Whole bamboo while you're at it. It's free. Take as much as you can carry, okay? Immortal Elder, you can't count on us. We'll get it done for sure." Then Wu Pan and Chun Feng stepped forward, cupping their hands in salute. Now that the courtyard's been fixed, I, the Taoist, must return to the city god temple. If anything happens here that requires the city god's assistance, just let us know, all right? Go on. As the city god left, the dude's face turned green, still acting your way. Too convincing. Acting must be your major. After dealing with one troublesome guy, I turned to see Chun Feng grinning confidently. You're leaving too. My magical power is a bit weak, but my heart is set on the Tao. Please, senior, allow me to stay by your side to learn. Shin Ching heard that, and it hit the nail right on the head. He immediately agreed. If that's the case, then you can follow me. Many thanks, senior. Free labor. Who wouldn't take it? So Ching, Chun Feng, and the little fox went to a street market. Lively bargaining, sharpening knives and cleavers here, fresh steamed buns. Little brother, come take a look. All good stuff. Are you buying or not? These prices are killer. Then, above the wine jars, there were price tags. Sticky rice wine, 1 tael of silver. 7 essence liquor, 5 taels of silver. Immortal's Delight, 10 taels of silver. Chongqing looked at the price list and started to cry internally, miscalculating. Modern people can drink cheap white liquor because of the dual development of industrial technology and food production. Distillation is good too, but my current capital isn't enough for mass production. Thinking of this, Chongqing clutched his head, frowning. Forget about it. Let's sell roast duck first to accumulate startup capital. While he was in a daze, Chun Feng suddenly poked his shoulder, speaking up. Senior seeks creation. Why bother with worldly possessions like money? Worldly possessions. Do you really see these things as worldly possessions? Shin Chongqing angrily pointed at the chubby girl in front of him. Then let me test you. What do you see over there? Chun Feng heard this and opened his eyes to answer. A distinguished person saying this. The two young men leaned in close to each other, whispering. Common people see her covered in silk, but cultivators see that her fate is rich and noble. But no one sees that the worldly possessions on her are the essence of the world he imagined. Himself holding a fishing rod, standing on a gold mine, worldly possessions, and the essence of the world are what let's talk about. Gold is the remnant sunset left over from the collision of ancient stars when a universe first formed before heaven and earth brought to our world by the eternal void, coexisting with the dragon veins of the 9 provinces for tens of millions of years, and we're just digging it up to make decorations. You only see the surface, not knowing that it's as old and of the same origin as heaven and earth. So, is that still a worldly possession? Chun Feng's eyes widened, mouth agape. So that's how it is a second. Later, Chun Feng immediately knelt down, kowtowing to Chongqing. This junior was shallow, seeing objects as objects, unable to escape the mundane world. Thank you, Immortal Elder, for your guidance. Looking like that, he thought to himself, got him. Watch me trick you until you can't tell north from south, then you'll obediently be my roasted chicken shop's bodyguard. After kowtowing, Chun Feng looked up, not daring to hide anything. This junior's realm has been stuck for many years, probably blinded by the mundane world. Just now, thanks to the senior's guidance, I was almost there. I hope the senior can help me achieve enlightenment. Since you're so sincere, then I'll give you some more guidance. Then Chongqing turned and whispered in his ear. Leveling up techniques are definitely useless. Try this incantation of mine. This junior is all ears. The true two-fold manifestation of human life's value lies in contribution. Realizing value creates conditions. Walking out brings enjoyment. And money ideals create a world striving hard within the heart that is the historical materialist value. Hearing this, Chun Feng made a solemn face. The two fold manifestation of human life's value. Striving hard, the kids sitting in the bushes heard that and laughed gleefully. Yes, 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 just like that. Now Chun Feng felt like he was in paradise. The high person's several words have broadened my mind. The inner demon that has plagued me for 3 years has finally been dispelled. Thinking of this, Chun Feng rushed towards Chongqing, tears streaming down his face. Thank you, noble person, for making me realize these several words. I will definitely remember them. I will always recite them. This kid is easy to teach. I have advanced ideas from 10 years in the future. You just slowly come to realize them. Chongqing glanced at Chun Feng, who was drooling, and grinned. He. This charlatan seems like he's about to fall into my trap. Let this young master add some heat and make a profit. After pondering this, Chongqing turned his face away, feigning indifference. Taoist lie. You've cultivated for many years. Let me ask you this. The thousands of supernatural powers in this world can prove the Tao of eternal life. But why do so many people want to be emperors and not seek immortality? Chun Feng heard this and opened his eyes wide. The emperor, of course, wants to seek eternal life. But eternal life is too difficult. We cultivators, defying heaven, only extend our lifespans by a few decades. Very few can live to be 100 years old. The two words eternal life are not so easy. Just as he finished speaking, he saw a radiant light emanate from Chongqing's entire body. TCH, eternal life. What's so difficult about that? If you count from today, I've lived for over 1,000 years. Now it's the Jingguan era of the Tang dynasty. From the 8th century to the 21st century, before my transmigration, isn't that 1,200 years? Chun Feng was stunned upon hearing this. His face darkened. Senior is indeed an immortal. Descended to earth, who, but an immortal, could live for over 1,000 years. After thinking for a moment, Chun Feng stepped forward and asked blankly, may I ask Senior if this junior continues on the path of cultivation, can I also attain the Tao of immortality like an immortal? Chongqing heard this and covered his grin with his fan. He took the bait. Then Chongqing turned his face away, striking a super cool pose. I dare not say anything else, but if you follow me in cultivation for 2 or 3 years, it naturally won't be a problem. Chun Feng was as happy as if he had just struck gold upon hearing this. His eyes widened, and he grinned. Mouth agape, so Senior is willing to take me as a disciple. Chongqing turned around, his entire body shrouded in a cloud of white light. I don't casually accept disciples. The reason I didn't accept you before was just to test whether your heart was firmly set on the Tao Tao. Now you're considered to have some talent and potential. I'll reluctantly accept you as a nominal disciple to see your persistence in the future. Hearing this, Chun Feng immediately knelt down at Chongqing's feet in front of everyone. Master, please accept Li Chunfeng's bow. Seeing this, Chongqing turned his face away, gave a silly smile, and started sweating. All right, people are watching you. You said your master was Yuan Tiong before, so I probably don't need to teach you any Taoist techniques, but I know a little about other things. Since you called me master, I certainly won't treat you badly. Get up and help me carry these things first. A while later, the two masters and disciples came back to their courtyard after shopping for chickens and ducks. Master, did you buy these 2 ducks to roast? Chongqing opened the door and walked into the house grinning. That's Master's treasure for getting rich, you'll know. In a bit, stepping into the room, he saw a chubby guy wiping sweat from his forehead. Immortal Master Shun, this is the duck oven I made according to your request. What do you think? Chongqing stared at his duck oven and contentedly summed up, praising the master craftsman's skills aren't bad. It only took half a day to make it little. I pay the master craftsman for me. Hearing this, Chun Feng gave the chubby guy a bag of money. With tears streaming down his face, Immortal Master doesn't need to do this. How dare this humble one accept your money? My family still has your calligraphy hanging in the house, and now the whole family is healthy and eating. Well, this is all thanks to your blessing. After speaking, the chubby guy left, and Chongqing also ran out to wave goodbye. Immortal Master Shun doesn't need to see me off. You can always tell me if you have any requests. Thank you, Master Craftsman. Next time you buy calligraphy, I'll definitely give you a 20 discount. Chongqing stared at the bag of money in his hand, a sly smile on his face. are the people of the Tang dynasty are so honest. I can't even spend this money if I wanted to. At this time, Xiao Qing and Dong Li also completed their mission of buying wine and getting a bunch of bamboo. And returned. Sister, what does the immortal master want these bamboos for? The immortal master has his own reasons for doing things. Don't ask so much. Let's go back first so the immortal master doesn't have to wait too long. On the way, Dong Li accidentally brushed past a small courtyard filled with a strong demonic aura. Dong Li noticed it. Her face darkened, and she turned her head too. Look, demonic energy. Why is the smell of blood so strong in front of the small courtyard? A dense demonic aura rose up. A king. There must be a demon in the courtyard. Go in and take a look. Inside the courtyard, the rooms are filled with death. Innocent people lie in pools of blood, followed by sharp fangs gnawing on corpses. Blood splatters everywhere. It turns out it's the tiger. Demon man shone at paces around the house, attacking innocent men, stomping on the corpses with its huge feet and gnawing on each part with its sharp teeth. Its sharp eyes glow as it stares ahead. Outside the door, a loud shout rang out. Audacious fiend daring to be violent in the human world. In broad daylight, man Shan was enjoying his meal. When he heard this, he turned his head to glare at the door, and the pair of Shuang long double dragons fiercely kicked the door open and strode in. Hey, you tiger, demon cultivation isn't easy. Why do you harm people for no reason? Man Shan heard this and slammed his foot down, his claws scratching on the ground. Man Shan glared at the front. His whole body covered in bloody stench. Man Shan has now transformed into a half-human, half-beast form, and is huge and burly. He stood up, looked at the Shuang Long, and said gruffly, where did these little demons come from, daring to tell this king what to do? Dong Li heard this, glared, frowned, gritted her teeth, and angrily waved her weapon. You don't know the meaning of life, it seems. You want to try the power of this young lady's sister? Be careful. Shaman raised his sharp claws and grinned sinisterly. Trisk, not a small tone, disturbing this king's meal. Have you thought about how you should compensate? Before he finished speaking, Man Shan opened his mouth wide and waved his hand, lunging forward. Bai Long was not afraid at all and immediately unleashed a fierce burst of force towards the tiger demon. Xiao Qing screamed in fear, sister, be careful. At the same time, the 2 jars of wine in her hand fell to the ground and shattered. Cut to the scene of the 2 masters and disciples. Chongqing. At this time, the 2 old geezers are testing the oven with 2 ducks. Looking at the fatty, fragrant ducks, the 2 old geezers can't hold back their saliva. Don't rush, it's almost ready. Who knew that master not only has profound cultivation, but is also a top-notch chef? A few minutes later, the 2 ducks were just cooked, and the fragrance filled the air. Chongqing immediately took out honey sauce and brushed it all over the 2 ducks to increase the shine, sprinkled some herbs and a few cans of malt, and devoured them quickly. It was dusk, and the sun was setting. Chongqing shielded his forehead with his hand and looked out the door. Why haven't Dong Li and Xiao Qing come back yet? Shouldn't take that long to buy wine, right? As soon as he finished speaking, Feng Jihuan, together with 2 guards, ran in frantically shouting, Immortal Master Shun, Taoist Priest Li, please help me. Something big has happened in Shili Village. Seeing Feng Jihuan's panic, Chongqing quickly helped him up. Magistrate, speak slowly. What happened? There are demons in Shili Village, and the Hong family, 3 people, were all brutally murdered in the old mansion. Shun Chongqing heard this, and his face turned green, looking like a pile of crap. Huh? A demon? Are you serious right now? A while later, they arrived at Hongzhi Manor, the sound of wailing echoing throughout. How tragic. The entire Hong family of 3 is dead. What a wicked deed. Didn't you know that this Hong family has been haunted by ghosts for a long time? People in the house have been dying for no reason, and the neighbors around have also encountered bad luck. Really? The tragedy of the Hong family of 3 was really caused by ghosts. Let's not stay here, lest we be infected with bad luck. Seeing the scene before him, Chongqing was stunned, eyes wide open, frowning, speechless. Chongqing and Shunfeng went forward to look at the blood-soaked bodies, while the crowd kept talking. It must be the work of ghosts. I heard that our Shili village was originally a large tomb, and the Hong family was guarding the tomb. spending every day with dirty things, so this happened. Prefect Feng, she took out a handkerchief to wipe his sweat with a terrified expression. Taoist Shun, to be honest, the Hong family has lost many people in recent years. We officials have also investigated, but found nothing, and we couldn't do anything. I didn't expect this to happen. This matter is related to evil spirits. We should have informed the Qintian Jian to send experts to deal with it. But everyone is in a panic right now. We all know how good you are at catching ghosts, Dao Shuren. Please take action to help the common people. Huang Jingyang and Chun Feng clasped their hands in a bow. Don't worry, Your Honor. As someone who works for the Qintian Jian, I have a responsibility in this matter. And with my master here, we're not afraid of any evil spirits. Ching Ching's face turned dark as he thought to himself, crap, I didn't even agree. Why are you so talkative? This is a murder case. Find a god cunt. Why are you looking for a word-writing scholar like me? After thinking for a moment, Chang Ching turned to pretend to give a bright smile. Your Honor, demons eating people is indeed a very serious matter. How about this? I have some confidence in my disciple's talent for exorcising demons. Let's leave this to him, and I will also check his skills. Hearing this, Chun Feng immediately took out a bagua compass, staring intently ahead. Yes, Master, disciple will definitely not let Master down. As soon as he finished speaking, Chun Feng immediately cast the Xintian Baojian. Demons, reveal yourselves. Golden auras appeared from the bagua compass in his hand, shining brightly. Suddenly, a black aura appeared on the bagua compass, startling Chun Feng. This is mangacaps. It's the old demon of Black Mountain. Seeing this, Prefect Feng Ji looked worried and turned to ask Taoistly softly, what's wrong? Chun Feng stared at the bagua compass in his hand. This manor is the center of the curse. This curse comes from the old demon of Black Mountain's fist technique. He's one of the top 2 demons most wanted by the Qintian Jian. Just as he finished speaking, Chang Ching stepped forward, raised his hands to the sky, and shouted, all right, it's getting more and more absurd. Curses and old Black Mountain demons are all just scaring people. Look, you've already scared those people. Look at the wounds on the corpse. It's obviously the work of wild beasts. Stop talking about demons and ghosts to scare the kids. Hearing this, Chun Feng turned to look at the trembling crowd, thinking to himself, so that's how it is. I was reckless. Everyone is panicking now. I shouldn't talk about demons and ghosts in front of the common people as expected of masters so careful. I didn't pay attention to these details at all. This is true concern for the people. So the 3 of them sat down together to examine the corpse. Your Honor, are there any other clues? Was anyone injured, or are there any other witnesses? Looking at the wounds, there are traces of demonic energy. It's indeed the work of a demonic beast. Master can grasp the key points with just one glance. After observing, Prefect Feng Ji turned to say, that's right, I forgot to mention in my haste, but some of the common people said they saw that the 2 young ladies of your family seemed to have been captured by a demon. Chongqing hadn't heard clearly, so he immediately raised his hand to interrupt. I said, they're no demons, it's a wild beast, a wild beast. A second later, he realized what Prefect Feng Ji had said and widened his eyes, shouting loudly, what did you say? Who did you say was captured? Immediately afterward, a shrill scream rang out, startling the guards and the common people. Summon all the hunters in the county. Scene changes to somewhere else. At this time, the twin dragons were sitting on a pile of bloody bones. Sister, I don't want to die. Xiao Qing, don't be afraid. The immortal will definitely come to save us. Manshan heard this and grinned wickedly. What immortal? Damn, fox spirit, I advise you to release us. I am a princess of the dragon race, the daughter of the Dragon King of the East Sea. Manshan not only wasn't afraid, but opened his mouth wide and laughed loudly. Ha ha. So what if you're a dragon princess? You think you can scare me? Your grandpa is also a leader among the 4 great demon kings, a subordinate of the great immortal Heishan, and also the Tiger King Manshan. Weak dragon race, like you're just right, to be concubines for our great immortal Heishan. Xiao Qing was terrified and burst into tears. I don't want to be a concubine. I don't want to be a concubine. Outside the forest, Zhang Qing's group had begun to move. Your Honor, we found a lot of tiger footprints, and they're very fresh. That evil beast probably hasn't run far. We just need to follow these footprints, and we'll definitely be able to find its tracks soon. Chun Feng, walking beside Chong Qing, sensed that something was wrong and spoke up. Immortal Master, this wild beast is unusually fierce and eats people. We still shouldn't let the hunters risk their lives. The hunters turned around and complained, "Don't worry, Taoists. We are experienced hunters. We've seen many packs of jackals and tigers like this before." That's right. Last year, we even hunted a tiger together. Chongqing rubbed his forehead, stunned. These tiger hunters do have experience in tracking wild animals. It's still better to let them continue. Deng Li and Zhao Qing's lives are still uncertain. If something happens, I don't know how to explain it to their families. While the group found a cave ahead, we found a tiger's den here. Everyone quick, go check if there are any other exits around first. Before entering the cave, a hunter spoke up. "Your Honor, Daozhong Shun, we've just checked there are no other exits around this cave." "Very good, all of you come here and listen to me. We'll first do this then." While Shen Chengqing was discussing plans with the hunters, Li Chunfeng already picked up his Manhwa compass and went a scout ahead. Holy cow, the smell of blood is so strong. A second later, Li Chunfeng held the Manhwa compass forward, activating the Xintian treasure mirror to check for demonic energy around. From the compass, a dazzling golden light flashed. Then a pillar of light appeared, showing information about the Manshan. Tiger King Jinjing. Manshan, ranked 13th on the Xintian Sea's wanted list. A demon king level. Danger level 4 stars. Indeed, a great demon. With my current cultivation, I'm not this fox demon's opponent. Saying that, Li Chunfeng took out something glowing from his clothes. I wonder where Master is. No matter what, I can't let this fox demon go down the mountain and continue harming people. Immediately after, Li Chunfeng quickly wrote golden characters on the Manhwa compass. Heaven is round, earth is square, law is eternal. As I, Jin, put pen to paper, all demons shall surrender. While he was casting the formation, a hand suddenly landed on Li Chunfeng's shoulder from behind. Startling him, he opened his eyes wide and turned around to see Shen Chongqing at the same time. The formation he was casting suddenly vanished. "What are you doing, little Izzy? Everyone's busy. You should come out and lend a hand too." Before he could say anything, Shen Chongqing dragged him away. "Master, I was casting a formation. That fox demon is a demon king. All right, once we catch that tiger, you can cast whatever spells you like. By then, your master will teach you a few Immortal Realm spells." Immortal Realm spells. Is Master serious? Of course, it couldn't be more serious. Meanwhile, inside the cave, Manshan was sound asleep on a pile of bones, looking high as a kite, drooling everywhere. Next to him, the twin dragons were also napping, but their faces clearly showed unease. Then, a surge of white mist rushed into Dongli's nosa, startling her awake. Dongli sat up, dazed, her face pale. "There's movement outside. It's humans, lots of humans. Could it be an immortal master here to save us?" "That's great." Standing at the mouth of the cave, Shen Chongqing held a drum, while Li Chunfeng was given a tiger head costume. Master, is this really gonna work?" "Ha! You'll know in a bit." As soon as he finished speaking, Shen Chongqing immediately struck the drum hard, opening his mouth wide and shouting, "Little tiger, wake up!" Hearing the earth-shattering noise, Manshan woke up with a start. What's that sound? Daring to disturb this king, while happily drumming, something suddenly scared Shen Chongqing, making him throw away the drum and the drumstick. Shouting, "Oh my gosh!" Li Chunfeng, hiding inside the tiger head, saw it and almost peed his pants. Holy moly! Li Chunfeng looked ahead, eyes wide, sweating profusely. "They're here. It's the tiger demon." What greeted the group was Manshan's sharp, glowing eyes. The young men saw it and stared with mouths agape, sweat pouring down like rain. "Mommy, it's huge. What did it eat to get so big?" At that moment, Manshan emerged from the cave with a ferocious face, baring its sharp fangs, roaring like crazy. Seeing this, Shen Chongqing immediately performed the limbo dance. "Don't be scared, little Li Zi. Shake it the way I taught you." Li Chunfeng heard this, and his face was drenched in sweat. "Master, will your spell really work?" Without another word, Li Chunfeng immediately stomped his prosthetic leg on the ground, and then put on an extremely intense, hip-shaking performance, swaying and rocking. After shaking for a while, Li Chunfeng controlled the tiger head to turn backwards. With a seductive gaze under the moonlight, Man Shan saw it, and now in his pupils there was only the image of the cute little female tiger, with a cheesy grin. Then Li Chunfeng continued to make the tiger head shake its hips a few more times. Super intense, super intense, super intense. Man Shan watched and couldn't stop increasing his strength, increasing his strength, increasing his strength. Man Shan couldn't resist this charm and exclaimed, "Oh wow, this tigress is truly interesting. Can't wait any longer." Man Shan lunged at the tigress, face flushed red, eyes turning into hearts. "Let this king shower you with love." And so, the tiger dude grabbed the tigress head, ready to plant the sloppiest kiss. Ever like it ain't cold. Smack, smack, smack. Chunfeng inside that head was like, is this some kind of sorcery my master's pulling? How's he getting this demon king so hyped? Then, a not-so-gentle bump made Chunfeng's face turn purple, speechless. Ouch. Seems like there's something there. Miss Tigress, let me help you push the cart. Ah, no way, master. Save me. I'm still a virgin. Brothers, grab him while you can. Archers, lock onto the target for me. One arrow, bullseye. Damn it, you lowly humans. Dare to attack this king while I'm busy. Master, I'm still in here. Tough hide. Arrows ain't easy to pierce. This tiger's probably about to become a demon. If we bring this pelt to town, it'll be 10 times more valuable than a regular tiger's. What? Tiger skin is worth that much. Hee. Can't let this pelt get damaged. Roar, you foolish humans. That last attack accidentally knocked the fake tiger head off. It's a fake. Hee. Tiger bro, hello. I'll kill you. You humans dare to deceive even this king. Master, save me. Yeah, you evil beast. Release that man at once. Old Chongqing swung his sword randomly, accidentally stabbing the Tiger King. But the location of the stab seems a little sensitive. Something just poked me. You human, why did you stab there? The tiger demon couldn't handle the anal violation, collapsing in pain, and you finally took down this Tiger King. After everything was over, the county magistrate said to him, Taoist priest is truly a divine being, not only skilled in strategy, but also with such high martial prowess. One sword to finish off the fierce tiger, truly eliminating a great evil for the people. He was overjoyed to be praised, waving his hand in response. Not at all. Not at all. You flatter me. It was thanks to the county magistrate's command. That Li Chunfeng, after everything was over, still hadn't snapped out of it, looking at him with a surprised expression, thinking this tiger demon has skin of steel and iron bones, practically invulnerable to swords and spears. So Master knew all along. Those maneuvers were all to take advantage of the tiger's weakness. The anus is the only weak point of this tiger demon. No wonder the Master's one sword could break through the defense. After chatting for ages with the county magistrate, he suddenly remembered the 2 dragon sisters. That's right, Dongli and Shaoqing are inside. No, the county magistrate replied. Tao Shun, don't worry, I sent people in there to search just now. Immediately after, the county magistrate also led the 2 sisters, Dongli and Shaoqing, out. The 2 dragon sisters immediately became delighted when they saw his figure. The immortal leader emotionally hugged him tightly. Thank you, immortal leader, for saving our lives. He was overjoyed to be hugged so tightly by 2 beautiful women, shyly saying, it's all right, it's good that you guys aren't hurt. It's okay, it's all okay now, let's go home. Hearing him say that, Dongli shyly said, go home. After returning, everyone here held a lively banquet to celebrate for him. The tiger-slaying hero. He walked down the street like a heroic general with the spoils of war. The giant demon tiger. Behind him, everyone who saw his figure was full of envy. Everyone, come and see. Our Jingyang County's tiger-slaying hero has returned. Solved the man-eating beast case last night. Taoist Shun went up the mountain to surround and capture the fierce tiger, taking its life with one sword, helping our Jingyang County eliminate a great threat. He walked along, listening to the praises of the surrounding people, unable to stop smiling. Turning to the county magistrate, he said suggestively, Lord Magistrate, you see, I risked my life to eliminate this menace for the people of Jingyang County. Shouldn't the government express its gratitude somehow the county magistrate, was momentarily taken aback. Express, what does Shun Daoyu mean? Pressing his advantage, he immediately replied that Hong family's mansion, it's currently unoccupied. It just so happens that I want to rent a larger courtyard for my business. I wonder, Lord Magistrate. Upon hearing this, the county magistrate instantly understood and said, Shin Daoyu protects the people of my Jinyang County. This mansion owned by the government is hereby gifted to Daoyu. Having achieved his goal, he clasped his hands together in glee and said to the county magistrate, Lord Magistrate is truly generous. I'll write an exorcism talisman for your residence later. Don't be shy to accept it. Upon hearing the words Hong family, Li Chunfeng couldn't help but ponder the old Hong family mansion. I noticed something strange about that place last time. If the Hong family of three was killed by a fox spirit, what about the rumors in recent years that the Hong family members have been gradually dying off? Could it be that Master observed that the mansion had a problem, so he asked Fengji County about it to prevent ordinary people from entering and encountering disaster again? No, I have to investigate it. He quickly returned to his destination, and upon landing, he politely greeted the county magistrate. Many thanks to Lord Magistrate. Another day, I'll visit my old brother at home for a drink. The county magistrate immediately responded, You're too kind, brother. If you need any help, just come and find me. Not seeing Li Chuanfeng's figure, he turned to Dong Li. Puzzled Dong Li, where's Yao Li? He was just in the group. Where did he run off to? Dong Li replied. Immortal Master Li Daoyu said earlier that he wanted to go and investigate the old Hong family mansion again. Hearing this, he felt a little relieved. Oh well, let him be while it's still early. Help me do an experiment. At the same time, on the Hong mansion side, Li Chunfeng was now standing and carefully observing. This place was filled with an abundance of eerie aura. There's definitely something wrong. Just now, when I visited the people nearby, they all said that the Hong family mansion was built next to an ancient tomb underground. The Hong family has been guarding the tomb for many generations. Before, with Master here, he must have used immortal energy to suppress the Yin energy in this place, so I didn't notice it. But now, the Yin energy is about to condense into substance. No wonder the Hong family members have been dying strangely in recent years. If ordinary people stay in this place, they will be constantly eroded by this Yin energy, and their lifespan will be cut short. Suddenly, Li Shumfeng's proven Asura mirror flew out, constantly emitting light. Profound heaven treasure mirror. What's going on? Why is it suddenly spinning on its own? This is... Li Chunfeng immediately looked up. A very creepy eye was wide open, staring down at the Hong mansion. The Yin energy from this place also flew towards that eye. It constantly absorbed the Yin energy here. Li Chunfeng was stunned by this scene. Yin gathering array. The Black Mountain Old Demons, Yin gathering grand array. The Black Mountain Old Demon is using this tomb as the eye of the array, gathering the Yin energy of the earth veins. This Hong family mansion is right in the center of the formation. Li Chunfeng was extremely worried, constantly calculating with his fingers. Not good. Maester killed the Demon King under the Black Mountain Old Demon. So that Black Mountain Old Demon is coming Ziku Hao Zhe on his side. At this place, the once mighty bitter sea monster was hung on that pole. Right next to it was a stove, and Shaoqing was constantly adding fuel to the fire. Immortal Master, can we really get delicious wine like this? He sat to the side and said with interest, Of course, roasted duck must be paired with good wine. You'll know once you try it. Dong Li added some liquid wine that he had bought into the steamer, and Zhao Qing added more firewood. The three were still busy focusing all their attention on the fire, completely oblivious. A crow was also appearing in this place. It with red eyes secretly observed the actions of the three people and then immediately flapped its wings and flew away, returning to its master. The mysterious man in black spoke after receiving information from the crow. Immortal HMPH killed my subordinate, my Demon King. I want to see what abilities that so-called immortal has. This mysterious man didn't know what power he had, but every word he said emitted a considerable amount of murderous intent. After much effort in brewing the wine, each drop of pure wine finally flowed out. Dong Li and Xiao Qing, standing next to him, couldn't escape the allure of this wine. This is immortal nectar. Just smelling the aroma of this wine, there was already a dense spiritual energy enveloping it. He shyly raised a jar containing his essence and said, "The alcohol content is just average, still not meeting my expectations. Elixir, you flatter me." Xiao Qing couldn't help but ask young master, "What's alcohol content? Does immortal master mean you can brew even better alcohol?" That mysterious figure from before was also there, secretly watching the three of them. He observed Qing's every move from afar, thinking this kid looks no different from an ordinary person, and I can't sense any magic power on him either. How could Mount Demon be killed by someone so ordinary? There must be something fishy going on outside. Two people were casually chatting as they passed by, endlessly praising Shun Chongqing. Immortal Master Shun is an immortal, you know, because Zhao Lauer bought Immortal Master Shun's calligraphy. He can go 10 rounds every night, and his wife doesn't dare call him useless anymore. Does Immortal Master Shun's calligraphy not only exorcise evil spirits, but also have this effect? Ha! An immortal can do anything. Today, I must get a piece of Immortal Master Shun's calligraphy, so my tigress will look at me with different eyes. As the two were walking to Shun Qingqing's house, they saw the scene of the mysterious stranger secretly watching their immortal master, Shun, thinking the mysterious person had also come to ask for calligraphy. The two said amiably, "Hey, old-timer, you've come to ask Immortal Master Shun for calligraphy too? Didn't expect you to be so old and still have this desire." Respect. No need to be shy, old mister, just go right in. Immortal Master Shun is very friendly. No need to climb over the wall. The mysterious figure was speechless at being misunderstood like this. He was both embarrassed and didn't know how to react. The two calligraphy seekers couldn't help but step inside, loudly announcing, "Immortal Master Shun, you're back." Shun Chongqing was still busy with his brewing. He turned his head when he saw them and asked, "What can I do for you two?" The two men replied, We want to buy Immortal Master's calligraphy treasure." Shun Chongqing's eyes lit up when he realized they were there to make a transaction. "Haha, calligraphy. All right, my calligraphy is guaranteed to be reasonably priced. Do you have any requests for what you want written?" One man shyly whispered to Shun Chongqing, It's the calligraphy you wrote for Zhao Lao Air last time. That calligraphy of yours is really effective. Zhao Lao Air can go 10 rounds a night, and he brags about it in front of us every day." Shun Chongqing couldn't believe his ears when he heard about this effect of his calligraphy. 10 rounds? Since when did my calligraphy have this effect? That Zhao Lao Air is exaggerating too much. If these two buy my calligraphy and it doesn't work, they'll come back to cause trouble. Shun Chongqing immediately adjusted his demeanor and said, "This immortal can write the calligraphy you desire, but the effect isn't as exaggerated as that. In addition to hanging my calligraphy, you also need to exercise every day. If you can afford it, you can use tiger or bull genitals. That'll have the miraculous effect of going 10 rounds or something. Please act according to your ability." The man happily pointed outside and said, "Immortal Master, no need to be so modest. Maybe you don't know, but in Jinggang County, from 80-year-old elders to 3-year-old children know. One says your calligraphy doesn't work. If you don't believe me, look, we saw an old man climbing over the wall in front of the door just now, wanting to ask for your calligraphy, but he was too shy. He immediately pointed at the mysterious figure, but couldn't see him. Hey, where did that old man go?" Shun Chongqing wondered. Old man? As soon as he finished speaking, a bolt of lightning struck the mysterious figure, and he immediately appeared. "Are you looking for this old man?" Dong Li and Zhao Qing recognized the mysterious figure as Old Demon Black Mountain right away. Not only was Shun Chongqing not afraid of the demon Old Demon Black Mountain, but he was also worried about his roof tiles. "He broke my roof." The others present in Shun Qingqing's house were scared stiff by the appearance of Old Demon Black Mountain. Old Demon Black Mountain looked straight at Shun Chongqing, a sinister smile spreading across his face as he said, "Kid, this old man has come to find you for something." At this moment, Dong Li was extremely worried and said to Xiao Qing, "It's Old Demon Black Mountains." Xiao Qing, no matter what happens later, Even if we have to give up our lives, we must protect. Immortal Master. If there's a fight, take Immortal Master back to the East Sea to ask for reinforcements. I'll stay here and stop him. Xiaoqing was extremely worried about her sister when she heard this. No, sister. I'll stop him. You take Immortal Master away. Contrary to the worry of the two sisters, Deng Li and Xiaoqing, Shen Changqing was not afraid at all, but instead filled with anger. Old geezer, didn't you want calligraphy? You're at an age where you should know better than to climb on other people's roofs. Don't think you can do whatever you want just because you're old. I'm telling you, you have to compensate for every broken tile. Old Demon Black Mountain looked at Shun Changqing, who wasn't afraid of his power at all, and thought. Looking at him again and again, he's still an ordinary mortal. There's no fluctuation of magic, power in his body, not even as much as the two dragon demons beside him. But he's not only not afraid of me, but he even looks like he wants to beat me up. What's going on? I shouldn't act rashly. I should probe him first. Immediately after, he said loudly, you killed the Demon King under my command for no reason. How do you want to die? Shen Changqing didn't understand these words at all. He pointed at the fox demon's corpse and said, what Demon King are you talking about, this tiger? Old man, are you having delusions because you heard too many rumors? That's not right. I killed this tiger. But this tiger was given to me as a reward by Lord County Magistrate. If you want it, you have to pay. Also, get down here or you'll fall, and try to blame me. There are many people watching. Dong Li, worried that Shun Changqing would further offend Old Demon Black Mountain, stepped forward and whispered, I am a mortal master. That's heavenly demon level Old Demon Black Mountain. Shun Changqing, after hearing Dong Li's reminder, was not afraid, but even more angry, unloading a barrage of words at Old Demon Black Mountain. Old Demon, what heavenly demon? Don't you have any shame? I've been putting up with you for half a day, and you still dare to break my roof. Today, even if the heavenly king himself comes, don't even think about leaving. At the same time, Li Chunfeng arrived, and when he saw that Old Demon Black Mountain was already enraged, he hurriedly ran over, worried about Shun Changqing. Master, be careful. Li Chunfeng was scared to death when he saw the terrifying manifestation of Old Demon Black Mountain. A heavenly demon-level being can destroy the world and wipe out an entire country. Shun Changqing looked at Old Demon Black Mountain's manifestation, still unafraid, standing there with his hands on his hips. Hai, Shan Lao Yos You dare to be disrespectful to me, an ant like you. I'll peel your skin, seal your soul, and torture you every single day, making sure you neither live nor die. As he said that, he charged straight at him. Everyone who witnessed this scene was scared witless and worried sick about him. We're done for. Master Immortal, watch out. He, on the other hand, didn't care about any of that. He was just fuming about how the old geezer's landing had shattered so many of his tiles. The heck Heishan Lao Yao, while flying straight at him, was just about to swallow him whole when he suddenly crashed to the ground. Right in front of him, he was surrounded by a pool of his own blood, and his legs looked like they were about to break into pieces. Heishan Lao Yao was barely hanging on, gritting his teeth, seeing the old guy suddenly kneeling before him like that. He reacted. Old man, you don't have to give me such a grand bow. It's good that you know you were wrong. Heishan Lao Yao then suddenly collapsed, completely clueless about what was happening to him. Where's my magic power? My magic power is gone. Heishan Lao Yao mumbled, tears welling up uncontrollably in his eyes. He screamed in pain. My knees hurt too much. Li Chunfeng and the two Long sisters, witnessing Heishan Lao Yao, once high and mighty, kneeling before him, were dumbfounded. Yin Luo couldn't close his mouth. Master Immortal is truly awesome. Heishan Lao Yao is kneeling already. He approached Heishan Lao Yao, scolding. Didn't I warn you earlier? Told you to be careful not to fall. Now look at you. Who told you to mess around and climb on the roof? Heishan Lao Yao, a powerful figure, was now being humiliated by a kid like him, and he couldn't help but burst into tears. I want to kill you. To vent the anger in my heart, I will kill you. As he charged, he gently grabbed the old man's hand, handed him a character scroll, and said, Here, this is for you. Consider it my respect for the elderly. I'm giving it to you, so you don't need to repair the roof. Heishan Lao Yao, after receiving the scroll from him, excitedly opened it. As soon as he opened it, the trash character he gifted him started glowing intensely, Such a decisive character contains so much power, and it immediately pierced through Heishan Laoya, causing him to vomit blood nonstop. Seeing his reaction, he panicked, hiding behind the fox demon's skirt, afraid of being implicated, and said, Hey, I just gave you a calligraphy piece. I didn't even touch you. Everyone can testify for me. I really didn't touch him. Oh no, if this old guy dies on my property, his family probably won't let me off the hook. Heishan Laoya was not only disgraced by him, but also lacked any dignity, being scolded by the commoners. Hey, we clearly came to ask for calligraphy first. Why is this old man cutting in line? That's right. He's old and still sucking up to the immortal master like that. Doesn't he have any shame? Seeing the crowd getting so agitated, he immediately turned around to reassure his gold mine. Everyone, don't rush. There's enough for everyone. He's an old man. You should learn to respect your elders. Respecting the old and loving the young has always been the tradition of our Jingyang County, right? The fox demon, after seeing Heishan Laoyao's pathetic state, couldn't help but mock him. He really doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Doesn't he see where this is the immortal master's residence? Still trying to use magic power, even if your strength is at the heavenly demon level, it won't work. Heishan Laoya, hearing this, turned to ask the fox demon, is he really an immortal descended to the mortal realm? How can that be? He clearly doesn't have any magic power aura at all. The fox demon replied, can the abilities of an immortal be perceived by a mere mortal demon like you? Looking at your weak state, now you're not even as good as a 3-year-old human child. Isn't that proof enough? Speaking of 3-year-olds, there's a 3-year-old, a little brat from who knows where, ran over and peed right on Heishan Laoyao's face. After finishing, he gave Heishan Laoyao a smug look and ran away cheerfully. Heishan Laoyao being peed on by a 3-year-old. Utterly humiliated, angrily cursed, damn it, damn. I am the great immortal of Heishan. You control this territory, and the 4 great demon kings all respect me. How dare a mere mortal pee on my face? I will definitely wash the entire Jingyang County with blood and turn this place into a living hell. As soon as he finished speaking, his crow froze in place, its red eyes staring intensely into Dong Li's eyes. Dong Li also inadvertently looked straight into its eyes, and she seemed to lose consciousness. Li Chun Feng, seeing Dong Li's condition, immediately realized something was wrong. Demon magic soul absorption. Heishan Laoyao stood up at the same time with a triumphant expression, reaching out to grab Dong Li by the neck and lifting her up. At the very least, this immortal has 100 years of cultivation. Although I don't know how you seal my magic power, I still have many trump cards, kid. If we fight to the death today, Jingyang County will definitely be a river of blood. Now, I give you 2 choices. You kill the Demon King under my command, then I'll take this woman away as compensation, or you kill her and we'll fight to the death. Seeing that the old man must have some brain problem, using Dong Li's life to compensate for a lustful tiger. Old man, are you crazy? What nonsense are you talking about? If you want that tiger skin, just take it. Don't hurt others. After hearing his words, the Black Mountain old demon immediately speculated. This kid is so worried about that dragon demon. Could there be something fishy going on? Even messing around with a dragon maiden? I see you're no upright immortal yourself. He saw that this old guy showed no signs of letting it go, so he wanted to roll up his sleeves and teach him a lesson. Just as he was about to step forward, a figure suddenly appeared above the old man. You pervert. It's one thing to already be harassing people, but you dare to set your sights on Miss Dong Li. I've tolerated you for far too long. As this person spoke, they effortlessly grabbed the Black Mountain old demon's head, and with a single decisive move, they tossed this rude old man flying into the wall, making him vanish. Everyone who witnessed this man's power couldn't help but gape in astonishment. He was no exception. Well done. The man immediately stepped forward to help Dong Li up, awkwardly showing concern for her. Miss Dong Li, you don't need to be afraid. That old pervert has been beaten by me. Seeing her older sister was out of danger, Xiao Qing couldn't help but rush over and tightly hug her sister. Big sis, are you okay? You scared me to death just now. Dang Li also came to her senses thanks to Xiao Qing's hug, wondering what was happening. What's going on? What happened to me just now? He and Li Chunyang went to observe the Black Mountain Old Demon and were utterly shocked. He's dead. Master is truly formidable. Hearing that, he couldn't help but wonder, thinking he misheard, and asked again, "What did you just say, dead, dead?" Li Chunyang, thinking it was all orchestrated by him, replied, "Admiringly, Master is truly amazing, helping the common folk of great tongue deal with the great demon Black Mountain Old Demon. This is a huge merit." As soon as he finished speaking, he fearfully covered his mouth. "Shush, speak quieter. Do you want to get me killed?" This old man wasn't killed by me. "Don't talk nonsense later. When the government officials arrive, you better control your mouth. For me, I wonder if we should try to find a doctor to save him. It's over, we're done for." This time, everything was peaceful, and then someone died, witnessing the Black Mountain Old Demon dying. In his own house, he imagined himself rotting away in prison and was utterly terrified. A moment later, the county office officials arrived, leading their soldiers, and upon seeing him happily said, "Immortal, Shin has once again performed a great service for our Jingyang County. That Black Mountain Old Demon was a top 20 great demon on the Imperial Astronomical Bureau's wanted list, and now he's been eliminated by Immortal Shun." What joyous news! He, however, completely failed to understand what the man was saying, having thought he'd spend the rest of his life buried in prison only to be praised like this. Now the county magistrate bowed and said, "Immortal Shun, there's no need to worry. I understand the rules of cultivators like yourselves. These mystical, supernatural matters cannot be known by ordinary common folk. The government office has issued an official notice. This Black Mountain Old Demon is not a Jangha tyrant. He was a bandit wanted by the government, and now he has been eliminated by Immortal Shun. We specifically commend Immortal Shun. Please don't trouble yourself further. We'll be heading back now." He held the commendation flowers in his hand, feeling doubtful. Who would have thought I get to wear 2 big red commendation flowers in one day? Me, a big oaf. The man who had just taken action against the Black Mountain Old Demon, after everything settled down, sat down to recount the incident to everyone. Everyone was extremely curious, crowding around him. "Let me tell you all that old man was really the Black Mountain Old Demon, the second son of second uncle's third sister-in-law. I have an older cousin who works at the Yamen, right next to old Wang's house. All that Jianghu tyrant stuff is just a fool little commoners like you. How could ordinary folk like you possibly know about these kinds of things? Erguzi, isn't that right? You were there, too. That guy explicitly said that Immortal Shun killed the Demon King under his command, and he wanted to abduct Ms. Dongli as compensation." The person who was present at the time also spoke up. "That's right. Many people heard it then." The crowd listening to the story widened their eyes in admiration. "Oh, really?" the big man continued. "At that time, I had no idea about that old man's identity. I just thought some pervert had appeared out of nowhere to molest Miss Dong Li, so I stepped up and gave him a smack, and who knew I actually killed him." My legs are still trembling just thinking about it. Now someone in the crowd, hearing him boast about his heroic feat, couldn't believe it for a moment, thought he was bluffing, and retorted, "Hey, how could a fool like you possibly kill the Black Mountain Old Demon? Didn't you see how a divine light from Immortal Shun made that old demon kneel on the ground and then spit blood? If it wasn't for Immortal Shun using his divine power and immortal arts, do you think you could even touch the Black Mountain Old Demon? If it wasn't for Immortal Shun, you'd probably be dead by now without even knowing how you died." The crowd immediately became very lively. No wonder I felt the wind wasn't quite right then. It was like the scene of 2 great masters clashing, right? I felt that too. At that time, Immortal Shun's expression was completely different. Yes. At that time, I think I even saw Immortal Shun's soul leave his body and fight back and forth with the Black Mountain Old Demon in the sky. The story spread from 1 to 10, then 10 to 100, and his power from who knows where was exaggerated to the heavens. The children also couldn't escape the wave of admiration for him, constantly asking questions. Immortal Shun, can you conjure candied haws?" He replied, "I can." Another kid asked Immortal Shun, do immortals go to the toilet? Hearing this, Absurd question from the kid. He was utterly speechless. Guess what two other kids wouldn't? Leave him alone, continuing to ask Immortal Shun, are you married yet? Hearing this question from the two kids, he angrily replied, what does that have to do with you? These children kept surrounding him, relentlessly asking questions. Immortal Shun, are you not married? Because no immortal big sisters like you, right? He was truly helpless with these kids. Shut up. Of course, his attitude didn't deter them one bit. The children's curiosity continued to pester him. Dong Li and Xiao Qing were inside, utterly focused on brewing Xiao Qing wine. Xiao Qing, pay attention. Control the heat of the wine. It's coming out. Quickly find a jar. Meanwhile, he was still having a headache with these nameless brats. I'm really not an immortal. At Zishi Haotai, he and Li Chunyang were vaguely discussing something. You really have to go. Won't you reconsider? No need to reconsider. Seeing Li Chunyang's resolute attitude, you just couldn't defy him. So you angrily spit on the ground to vent your frustration and turn away. Ugh. You stinky male fox demon. Seeing your spit was like seeing holy water. He rushed over, mesmerized, to the spot where the highly concentrated spiritual energy lingered. In your saliva. Just as he was about to lick it clean, you threw a ladle of water in his face, stopping him from licking. If you dare to lick, I'll throw you into the courtyard. A moment later, Li Chunyang said cautiously, Master, I'll return soon. I must quickly bring the corpse of this Black Mountain old demon back to the sect in Shuland. You held some food in one hand and a calabash in the other, offering them to him then. Said, all right, I know. If you're going far, take these to eat on the way. As you spoke, you felt a pang of regret, thinking who told Jean Xiaoshare, that delivery guy from the roasted duck shop, to just fly off like that. Li Chunyang took the items from you, looking at them with confusion. Master, this is... You didn't care. Turning your back. Just some snacks and homemade spirits. Be careful on your journey. Come back early. I'm inconvenient now. Going to sleep first. As soon as you left, Li Chunyang immediately opened the food container and was utterly astonished. Just by opening the lid, the key inside continuously emanated. Ah, this is a divine item. As soon as he finished speaking, he couldn't help but grab a bun and started devouring it. With one bite, it was as if he had a breakthrough. Spiritual energy overflowing. I've broken through. The breakthrough process ended perfectly, and Li Chunyang suddenly knelt to the ground, tears of emotion streaming down his face. Thank you for accepting me as your disciple. Thank you for the divine items Master bestowed upon me. I will engrave this kindness in my heart. This time, returning to Shuland, I will definitely spread Master's divine legends along the way, and then ask the sect to reward Master. As soon as he finished, Li Chunyang immediately got hit in the head with a book, making blood spray. It was you who struck him. You were afraid that if you spread your name like that, it would attract a lot of trouble. So you angrily warned Li Chunyang, repaying kindness with enmity. Heh, brat, if you dare to mention me outside, you're dead. If you do, our master-disciple relationship ends here. Also, so, scram quickly, don't yell, and disturb my rest. After you angrily left, Li Chunyang noticed the book you had used to attack him just now. He picked it up and was incredibly surprised to find that it was precisely the 9-9 multiplication formula oral incantation. Li Chunyang continued to imagine. It's good for him. He thinks you meant to give it to him, but dare not say it aloud. He couldn't hold back tears of emotion. This incantation must be an immortal technique. Master is indeed hard-mouthed but soft-hearted. I, your disciple, will definitely cultivate diligently every day, not letting down your expectations. You then sat on a horse-drawn carriage transporting goods on the road. Dung Li sat inside the sedan chair, asking you curiously, Immortal Master, do we really have to move to that Hung family? Old residence. In contrast to Dung Li's worries, you replied nonchalantly, of course, Magistrate. Phone gave me that residence. The original house was too small, just barely enough for a few of us to stay, let alone for my roasted duck business and distilled spirits to get rich. Dung Li's worries didn't cease as she expressed her concerns to you, Immortal Master, although the curse at the Hung Mansion old residence was lifted after the Black Mountain old demon died. most common people don't know about the Black Mountain Old Demon and see this place as inauspicious, not daring to approach, although Dong Li has never done business before she knows that opening a shop means choosing a prosperous and bustling area is choosing a place like this a bit unsuitable. Hearing these words from Dong, Liu also felt she was indeed correct, and reasonable. Looks like I have to play my trump card. Dong Li completely didn't understand what you were saying. Play your trump card. You suddenly turn around face to face with Dong Li. The situation was extremely intimate, full of unspoken affection. You said precisely because the distance was too close. Both felt a bit awkward. Their faces involuntarily flushed. Too close. Dong Li was too embarrassed to bear it, and quickly turn her back. Immortal Master smells so good, you silly little sister. Zhao Qing also woke up. Ye and big sister, are we there yet? You then proudly stepped off the carriage and announced to him, we're just going to have a grand opening sale. By then, we'll set up a stage outside, invite some theater troops to promote the new shop about to open, and invite a few old monks to recite scriptures on stage. Then invite a highly respected old Taoist priest, mainly to show that there are no more vengeful spirits or evil ghosts. Qingyang County's Shirley Village is now the cleanest place in all of Great Tang. Xiaoqing heard your method and asked, a mortal master wants to perform a ritual. You found Xiaoqing's question incredibly silly and replied, you're right, you have to do it. But remember not to announce to outsiders that you're performing a ritual, otherwise no one will dare to. Come, all right, that's the spiel, he said, handing them a stack of flyers. Here, take these. Later go out and plaster them everywhere, especially near the entrance of the district where it's the most crowded. Be careful and run if you see any officials coming. Don't get caught. I'm going inside to clean up first. Remember to come back before dark. I'll make you duck. The Dongli and Xiaoqing sisters were very obedient and didn't dare to delay, immediately heading out to find places to paste the posters. Xiaoqing asked her elder sister, puzzled, sis, the immortal elder suddenly told us to paste these things. Is it really just to promote his new shop? Dongli sensed the spiritual energy on the flyer, frowning as she replied, no, it can't be. If it was just normal promotion, why would the immortal elder give us paper imbued with such powerful spiritual energy? Earlier, it took me so long to comprehend just 2 of them. These flyers are all divine grade. The immortal elder isn't one to waste things. There must be a deeper meaning behind what he's doing. It's just that our cultivation is too shallow to see through it. The sky was already turning dark. The 2 sisters finally managed to paste all the flyers they had. Dongli wiped her sweat, exhausted, and said, finally done. We can go back and report the results to the immortal elder now. The people gathered in huge numbers in front of the flyers, incredibly amused by them. Shun immortal elder wants to perform a ritual. What kind of ritual? Doesn't it say opening sale here? A ritual is good. With the immortal elder guarding this ominous place of Shirley Village, we can walk around freely. Now, suddenly, all the flyers that the Dongli and Xiaoqing sisters had put all their effort into pasting unexpectedly released a considerable amount of energy. They released energy simultaneously. The clever Dongli quickly realized, wait, it's a spirit gathering grand formation. Jingyan County has become a cultivation holy land. He's seriously so lucky, just randomly. Pasting some flyers can form such a powerful stone formation. He really is the protagonist, with a protagonist's aura. Shirley Village, the ancient tomb underground, was simultaneously shrouded by a considerable amount of sinister energy. They targeted the ancient tomb directly and immediately infiltrated it. Suddenly, the ancient tomb burst open, and a woman in red unexpectedly stepped out from inside. Haha, I'm resurrected again. I never thought that old demon, Heishan, would use corpses to nurture chi. He probably wanted to rely on this constantly, gathering energy to break through, but he didn't expect it would be a bargain for me. These corpses, nurtured by energy for hundreds of years, are not bad indeed. Once I devour a man, I'll definitely be able to break through again, escape the 3 realms, and be beyond the 5 elements. At that time, even Daeluo Golden Immortals won't be able to do anything to me. Hee hee. Above, the area surrounding his house was also enveloped in a surge of energy. He was still completely unaware of what was happening, drinking his fill with the little fox. The Deng Li and Xiao Qing sisters, also drunk, didn't pay attention to anything. I'm not drunk. I can still drink. The Immortal Elder's wine is so good. Immortal Elder, Immortal Elder. Everyone had completely fallen into a deep sleep, oblivious to the approaching danger. The woman in red had appeared here at some point. That scumbag who shattered my soul is now nothing more than a remnant. Now that I have this corpse, even if you're an immortal, you won't be able to threaten me anymore. At the same time, in the city god temple of Jingyang County, the military judge spoke up. My lord, I wonder what the background of that Shen Daozhong is. He's so young, yet he has such profound magic power. If something happens in Jingyang County for a long time, we won't have to worry about the appearance of ghost pests anymore. The city god, sitting sluggishly, replied with relief. Indeed, I'd really like to meet this expert. Not only did he eliminate the Ghost King and Heozi Xin, but he also didn't even put old Demon Heishan in his eyes, eliminating him easily. If you're free tomorrow, follow me to pay him a visit, to avoid leaving a bad impression on the expert. Suddenly, the city god felt a considerable amount of pressure, this aura. He immediately asked the military judge anxiously. Military judge, didn't that expert go to Shili village today? The military judge replied, that's right. Shen Daozhong moved to his new residence in the Old Hong family mansion in Shili village today. Hearing this, the city god was immediately worried and divined the direction of Shili village. There's an anomaly? This sinister aura is like the difference between an adult and a child compared to the Ghost King in Xinxiao Hausa. We have to go there and see. If Shen Daozhong can't defeat it, we must save him. As for exorcising demons, we can only report it to the Imperial Astronomical Observatory to handle. No sooner said than done, this guy immediately zooms over to his place in the blink of an eye. The three of them showed up at Shun Changqing's crib. The moment they arrived, all three felt a huge wave of energy radiating from inside. Scary enough to make anyone go, whoa, this ain't good. Dao Shun's in trouble. City god didn't dare to. Dawdland immediately charged and you fiend. It's been too long the sight before the city god left him. Speechless, frozen in place, not knowing what to do, he involuntarily fell backward, toppling into the other two like dominoes. This scene that made the city god freeze for 5 seconds was also like way too intimate. The demon that the city god was worried about was now subdued. Trembling before Xian Changqing, he wondered what was up. The three realized they were just third wheels here, speechless, and immediately ran out, slamming the door shut. Taoist Shun, sorry for disturbing your romantic night. I'll personally come and apologize to you another time. Xian Changqing really didn't understand what these three were doing at his house. He yawned, confused. What are these guys doing in the middle of the night? Like they saw a ghost. Romantic night, saw a ghost, wait a minute. He immediately jumped up, anxiously checking his surroundings. After confirming that there were no demons or ghosts around, he hugged the fox demon and went back to sleep relieved. What was that acting all mysterious fooled? Even me. If those guys pull any more shady stuff next time, I'll show them what the iron fist of socialism is, if only. The red-clothed ghost was not extremely tired at this moment, only able to hide under his bed. How could this be? Just being near him is enough to feel the spiritual energy in my body being sucked dry. My strength now is far beyond what it used to be. Even if it is a true immortal, I should be able to fight. I should leave this man first and then talk, she said as she shivered, wanting to leave to escape. The other three not only did not leave, but also stood there watching, admiring him. Immortal is really awesome. Even a female ghost can be tamed. At the same time, the female ghost was also gasping for breath, weakly stepping out of his room, almost discovered the presence of the three of them. The three of them were scared to death when they saw the female ghost and immediately fled. We're not watching anymore. If nothing happens, then it's none of our business anymore. The female ghost was now extremely angry. The fire in her body seemed to have been ignited. The three, terrified of the female ghost, immediately fled back to the city god temple, seeing the three of them with terrified faces, panting. The people there wondered and stepped forward to ask, "My lord, what happened?" Military judge, his face pale, shouted in fear, "The immortal's methods are unheard of. Earth-shattering. That artist is really bold. So exorcising demons can be done like that, general." Gan Lu was also frightened by military judge's attitude. What exactly happened? Tell me quickly. What immortal technique did that expert use to eliminate the ghost? The city god replied, "At first we planned to come and support Dao Shun." Military judge, with a stunned face, continued, "As a result, we saw Dao Shun's door wide open. That female demon ghost, the other, couldn't help but chime in. That female ghost was crawling all over Dao Shun. I saw it clearly. Her whole body limp, her charming eyes like silk, and she was constantly squirming. That scene, that situation, Trisk. TSK almost blinded my eyes." The guys listening to the story here also brightened up. "And then, what happened after that? Tell us more." "After that, we got kicked out by Dao Shun, but we didn't actually leave because we were worried Dao Shun couldn't handle that ghost chick, so we were lurking on the wall, ready to jump in and help anytime. But before even a cup of tea could be brewed, guess what? Judge Wu couldn't hold back his gossiping, jumped in. That ghost was weaker than a dog crawling out to its butt. But even so, she still gently opened and closed the doors, afraid of disturbing Taoist Shun, and her aura was reduced by 99%. Those listeners were all like, totally not convinced and couldn't shut their mouths. So freaking exciting. No wonder it's Taoist. And suddenly,